I don't know that I can take pride in like, hey, good job, me. Nailed that one. Like, I think my sperm me. Let's go, buddy. Like, you were the man. Like, honestly, if you break it down, like millions, tens of millions of sperm. And dude, when I was little, I was nasty like that. Like Tavon Austin high school highlights. That's what I was like as a sperm. Welcome back to Macrodosing. It's Thursday. It's March 5th. And we're back live. Myself, Big T, Arian, Mad Dog, McKenzie. We're going to get into the history of Iran, an interesting series of empires in Persia. There's a lot of cool stuff that we can talk about there. Before we do that, this episode is brought to you by our great friends over at Pardon My Cheesesteak. I love Pardon My Cheesesteak. They've got it all going on right now. And if you go to Penn Station Subs, you can get the Mega Cheesesteak, which is delicious. Really good stuff. We're talking thin sliced steak. We got melted provolone, mouthwatering cheese sauce. It's all on a perfect toasted hoagie roll. It's a heavy hitter cheesesteak. If you want to do it right, get the Big Cat Combo, cheesesteak, fries, and a drink. That's a complete meal. It's available nationwide. It delivers easy. Game day, got you covered. Late night, got you covered. Stop overthinking dinner. Order Pardon My Cheesesteak right now. Use code AWL for free delivery on pardonmycheesesteak.com. Pardonmycheesesteak.com. You can get all the Pardon My Cheesesteaks. And if you want the Mega Cheesesteak and you're in the area of a Penn Station Subs, go to a Penn Station Sub store or open up the Penn Station app and get it there. But you can get free delivery right now on any sub. Pardonmycheesesteak.com. Check it out. Okay, we're back. It is March 5th, and it's time for another episode of Macrodosing. It's good to be back, looking at your guys' beautiful faces again. Anything happened since Monday? Anything happened since the last time we talked? I feel like everything's happened.
Yeah, a lot was on Monday right after we recorded.
And again, head on a swivel. Head on a swivel when we're at war. Well, I guess let's embrace debate. Are we at war?
No.
We're not at war.
No.
Let me ask you a question, Big T. Let's just call it Canada. If Canada assassinated Donald Trump, would you consider that to be an act of war?
Yes.
Okay. So we just did that to Iran.
I am not my life is not like steeped in following all the happenings of Iran. They're not really retaliating against us, right? They've lobbed some missiles at other Middle Eastern countries for some reason.
They're retaliating against lots of places. So like if there's a country where we have a base or Israel has a base that's close by, if they're able to strike it, they're trying to strike it. They're retaliating in all the ways that they can right now, but I don't know what else because like we're not boots on the ground right now. So it's not like their army is like fighting against our army that's invading. It's like they're shooting their missiles, they're sending their drones in retaliation, trying to take out whatever they can.
But if this is a war, it's remarkably one-sided.
Yeah, true. I mean, yeah, we killed.
I don't think they have
50 dudes.
Do you think they even have the ability for this to be a war?
Iran has they got a pretty sizable standing army.
But I think we've made it clear.
Well, yeah, that's what I said on Monday, which is like what we just did to Iran, we can do that to any country on planet Earth. Like that's not even a question. We could do that. Like if we wanted to take out the leader of France, we could do that. If we really wanted to kill Putin, we could kill Putin. So that's like what the U.S. can specialize in. Is
you
like
think Xi?
If we really wanted to, yes. Yes, if you gave us like 6 months, a year to like study him, yeah, we could take out anybody on planet Earth.
But that would then lead to China has the ability to engage us in a catastrophic war.
They have
that Iran, I don't think does.
China's got a very large standing army. They've also got nuclear weapons. Iran does not have nuclear weapons, but they do have a big standing army. But I mean, who's their army going to fight? Like what would make it? Like if more of their missiles got through, then you would be like, yeah, it's not so one-sided?
I don't know. It just doesn't. I mean, so you would say we are officially at war right now?
I think if you're just parsing whether or not it's war, like you're playing a semantics game. But yes,
I think they're important semantics, though.
I think so. They can be, but yeah, we assassinated a leader of a country with hundreds of millions of people. Or what's the official population of Iran? Let me look this up here because I remember Ted Cruz did not know. He was off. I think he said like Ted Cruz said like 20 million.
You said hundreds of millions?
It's close to 100 million. I know that.
I was gonna say show me 72.
What do we got? I'm guessing 100 million.
93.
93.
PFT wins.
And I think Ted thought it was like 10 million. And then Tucker was like, you don't think it's important to know that it's way bigger than that? And
Tucker had like the exact number of
Yeah, and Ted's like, no, I don't understand why that's important. Tucker's like, well, we're thinking about starting a war with it. I think knowing the basic facts about a country would be a good thing. Yeah, I would say that if we take out a sovereign country's leader and like 50 of his top lieutenants and deputies and higher ups in the government, I think that's war. We're not sending in an army. If your definition of war is like invading another country, boots on the ground with an army, then no. But there's other types of war than just like land war.
I agree. Let's just. I think how long this lasts is an important factor. Their ability and
their ability to fight back.
Yeah,
counts?
their ability and willingness to retaliate.
So in your mind, it's like if it's,
like if
it's a preseason game, like and you're playing a college is playing like a preseason scrimmage against.
If week 1 Tennessee plays Chattanooga and beats them 70-0, yes, it was a game.
Yeah,
but was it?
Right.
It was a tune-up of one-way traffic that, but there was never any threat of anything worsening.
Well, the thing about the United States is we only play road games.
Thank God.
That's kind of our thing. We will fight wars, but they cannot be in our backyard. I guess we'll see what happens with. We've done a lot of stuff in South America and Central America, but like since 1812, we haven't really had to defend the home turf. But if we're fighting against, if we're doing this, whether you want to call it war, if you want to call it just like a battle against Iran, it's like, yeah, they are fighting back, and they've killed. I don't know what the total is right now. More than 5 people, right, from the United States military dead. Maybe
I saw 4.
Maybe much more than that. We don't know, but I think they've admitted to like 4 or 5, or not admitted, but stated that 4 or 5 servicemen and women have died. So it is like, yeah, it's an armed conflict. It's a war. They're fighting back. They might not be able to like invade the United States on foot or anything like that, but I think it's a war. We're all the things that we've done have been acts of war. Like you said, like if Canada took out Donald Trump, if Iran took out Donald Trump, that's an act of war. So like we are committing acts of war, but does that necessarily mean that we're at war? I would say it does.
Yeah, and that's fine. How long do we think this goes on? I think is an important.
I don't know that anybody has an idea. I really don't. I don't like. Have you listened to what like the government's been saying for the last few days?
Ours or theirs?
Ours. They're just saying lots of stuff. They're just saying stuff. I think what the government's plan is, and say what you want about the Iraq war, but at least they had a plan that everybody was sticking to, that they tried to sell for a very long time, and they showed us the respect of thinking that like, hey, we better have our lie put together well, or else people will figure it out. And they're just kind of like saying stuff.
I will say I did not like yesterday when Trump said, he was making a joke. He said, well, we took out Khomeini, and then we had a list of other guys that we thought maybe could take over, but we killed all them too.
Yeah.
Like, I don't like that we had a list ready to go of who we wanted to that sounds like a regime change.
Yeah, because it is. Like it's a regime change war. That's what it is. And every time I've heard them say that it's not a regime change war, they just describe what a regime change is. It's like, yeah, that's what you're doing right now. Like you took out their top government. I don't think that there was a plan in place for what to do after, or if there was, it was like, we really like this one guy. And if they take a guy that America handpicks and we like force him to be their next ruler, what do you think is going to happen to that guy? And we can get into the history of Iran, but that's how you get a revolution where you have hardliners take over. Where it's like, no, the radical clerics are going to take over and they're going to make it, the same type of fundamentalist government that they had in the past. Just in a backlash to the United States. Like, we're not going to let you, because Iran is like, in Persia, the whole area, it's like, I don't know if you know any Persians, Big T. I'm going to paint with a broad brush.
Okay.
I hope that's all right. Because I know several, like, as very good friends of mine, grew up around in like a decent sized Persian community in Northern Virginia. They're very proud people, like very, very proud people. And not in terms of like, I don't know. I guess I don't want to say it the wrong way, but they take a lot of pride in their shared heritage as being like once rulers of the world. And they, even though they love the United States, the ones that are in the United States right now, they despise like the current government, and they love capital. Again, broad brush. They love capitalism. They love the American dream, all that stuff. But they will still be like, yeah, we don't want the United States like telling us who is going to run our country, because that kind of goes against everything that they grew up believing. But yeah, I think this counts as a war, and we're doing regime change. We're doing we're playing all the hits. Lindsey Graham, I saw him the other day, and he was talking to some reporter, and he was like, you know what? This isn't about regime change. This is about revenge for the bombing of the Marine barracks in Beirut in like 1980. But that's when like Iran bombed, I think it was Hezbollah. They bombed the Marine barracks, and then Reagan pulled the troops out and didn't like respond as forcefully as a lot of people wanted him to. And so now Lindsey Graham's like, yeah, this war is about revenge for, like, we never forgot about those Marine barracks, which was a tragedy. Like, hundreds of people died. It was bad. But they're just kind of throwing all the excuses at the wall for why we're doing this, and then they're seeing which one sticks. I don't know, that's at least my take on it. And you could make the argument like they're playing a global. I've seen people say like they're playing a global chess match against China because we took out Maduro, we took out the leader of Iran, and that's where they get, I think, between those two countries, like 40% of their oil or 30% of their oil in China. Like, you don't think that like China is capable of responding in some other chess move? I'm not saying like war, but like we're just going to provoke China militarily by doing all this. That doesn't seem like that's the reason. Maybe it's a byproduct that we might have a small strategic advantage over China in the very short term after doing this, but I don't think that's. And if you were to tell the American people like, hey, we're going to bomb Iran and take out their government so that China has to pay more money for oil, I don't think that there's anyone in the United States that would sign up and be like, yeah, let's do the war. Because right now I think the approval rating for this is like, what, 17, 20%? It's very, very unpopular. Even amongst like Trump supporters, it's very unpopular.
That's what I was gonna ask is amongst the right, how are they taking his? Because he literally ran on, "I'm gonna get you in no new wars."
Yeah,
and like how is the right taking this? I don't know. Like, I'm off the grid kind of. So how are they taking this?
I haven't seen the most current polls. I'm gonna just pull it up right now. Republican approval, military action, Iran. It's not high. Like the total approval rating for this operation is not high at all.
Nick Fuentes wants Kamala.
Does he really?
Yeah.
I did see that. Nick Fuentes was saying just vote whichever Democrats up next, which is wild.
He's just like an accelerationist at this point, where he just wants chaos. The most recent thing I'm saying is it's complicated in terms of Trump supporters. Republicans let's see, maybe it's not as unpopular as I thought. Maybe I saw some bad numbers because I'm seeing like 60% are 60% do not approve of the strike in Iran, which means 40% do. That seems high, and it seems like one of those things where, like, if you had done the same poll 2 months ago, it would be like everybody disapproves. But now that it happens, it's like people are afraid of looking like they don't support the troops, which, again, this is the same playbook in 2002, 2003. If you don't agree with a war, it means that you don't support the troops, which is like, that's the biggest bunch of bullshit that anyone can ever feed you in your entire life. And it's like, if you look back on the last 20 years, the best way that you can support the troops is making sure that they don't get killed, captured, injured for bullshit reasons. That's the best thing that you can do.
A Fox News poll had it at exactly 50-50, with 61% saying Iran does pose a national security threat to the United States.
Okay.
And then a CBS poll had 82% of Republicans supporting it.
82% of Republicans support. That to me that's crazy high. Like, if you had thought, I guarantee you go back 6 months and you'd be like, do you support a full-scale military operation against Iran? They'd be like, no. But now I think here's where we get in trouble, is because you start a war, which I think most reasonable people would disagree with, and it shouldn't be unpopular to disagree with it. But you also get some of the Looney Tunes people that start to disagree with it. And then there's a lot of people on the right that are like, well, I can't agree with anything that Keith Olbermann's saying, so fuck him, I'll be in favor of the war.
A YouGov poll had 45% opposed, 36% support, with 69% of Republicans supporting it.
It just, I don't think that we have a plan. I don't think that we got a plan on what to do, what the next steps are. Like, I've heard that boots on the ground could be an option, but again, that could also be Donald Trump. Like, he doesn't take anything off the table. You could ask him anything, like, are you going to fire a nuclear weapon at Tehran? And he'd be like, I don't want to take anything off the table. Like, he will never do that. So I don't know, but I have heard more people say that, like, boots on the ground could be the next stop, and I think that would be a very, very bad idea.
Am I out of the loop? It just feels like this came out of nowhere.
No,
for the most part,
it's been building up for the last, like, 6 months. I mean, you remember the strikes that we had against Iran?
Right, that's like a year ago.
That's the other thing. Like, we had that crazy raid where we flew. I remember, if you remember your PFT's plane corners, we
the
flew,
Top Gun thing. Yeah,
we flew B-2s with the support of F-35s across the world, and according to our own government, decimated and obliterated Iran's ability to manufacture nuclear weapons.
Right, but that was very contained. It had a stated purpose.
Yeah.
We supposedly did exactly what we set to do, and that was the end of that.
Right.
Because people freaked out about that for a week or so, too, and then nothing came of that.
Well, except for this war now.
Sure.
That's what I'm saying.
But this seems to be a completely separate incident.
It's a separate incident, but it's the same thing. Like, but what I was saying, Big T, was like, that was, like, we were told that was mission accomplished. Like, what a great raid that we obliterated their nuclear facilities. And now why are we doing more? Why are we, like, fully on board with the war with Iran if we just 6 months ago you told us that we already accomplished these things?
Well, that's what I'm saying. It seems like a totally different deal.
It is. I actually, my girl, Caroline Levitt, you can find her on x.com, the Everything app. She's always be posting. She wrote, like, a list of the reasons why we are at war, because she was trying to dispute the regime change narrative. So I think it is probably important to give, like, the other side to that when we're trying to figure out what we're doing. Here are the clear objectives. This is Caroline Levitt posted this 2 days ago. Destroy the Iranian regime's missiles and raise their missile industry to the ground. So, like, blow up their stockpile of missiles. Annihilate the Iranian regime's navy. That to me that's war, right? like destroying another country's entire navy.
Sure.
Ensure the regime's terrorist proxies can no longer destabilize the region or the world and attack our forces. So that's kind of alluding to Hezbollah there, I believe. But I don't know how these airstrikes are targeting Hezbollah. I don't know. Stop them from making and using IEDs or roadside bombs. That, like, how are we going to do that? Like, we've been trying to do that in Iraq for 20 years. I don't know how you stop people. That's the entire nature of IEDs, is they're improvised explosive devices. I don't know that we're going to, like, bomb the slow cooker factory in Iran and then they won't be able to make them anymore. Like, confiscate the entire nation's ball bearings and nails. Guarantee that Iran can never obtain a nuclear weapon. Okay, that's seems like what we've been doing. Preventing the radical regime and its terrorist leaders from threatening America and our core security interests in a clear-eyed and necessary objective. Okay. Killing terrorists is good for America. 49 of the most senior Iranian regime leaders have already been wiped off the face of the earth. So, yeah, it does seem like that's a regime change war there. So I don't really understand the purpose besides the nuclear weapon one makes a lot of sense. But again, we were told like 6 months ago that that's what we did with those strikes.
So I don't know much about the Iran nuclear deal that Trump pulled out of. Do you know the reasoning for that? Like, what was his reasoning for that?
I know a little bit about it. So we've been trying to negotiate with Iran for years to stop their nuclear enrichment program, which they claimed was for peaceful reasons, which we thought was not for peaceful reasons. They wanted a bomb to counteract the presence of Israel being an atomic power in the Middle East, and also so they could threaten Israel with their atomic bombs. So we negotiated with them, and part of the negotiation was if they agreed to stop all enrichment and bring in like inspectors, like third-party inspectors to certify that they were not building bombs anymore, then we had money that we had sanctioned Iran with, meaning like high up people in Iran had millions and billions of dollars in bank accounts that the U.S. was able to freeze and say, you're not able to spend money, you're not able to send money because we believe that you're doing these things with your atomic energy, your atomic weapons. In exchange for allowing our inspectors in, we will unfreeze your assets. And that's the leverage that we had, which they agreed to. So then they got a lot of their money unfrozen. We got inspectors checking it out. But then we said that's not good enough, and we want to just like obliterate the entire nuclear program.
But we did have inspectors go.
There were
and see,
inspectors,
right?
yeah.
And they didn't find anything.
There was nothing.
So I'm wondering.
Yeah, I mean, also like if you're Iran, there's a chance that you're trying to continue your nuclear program in secret. That's definitely
sure.
I'm not saying that. Like, we shouldn't be so naive to be like they promised that they'd stop. So.
Agree. I'm just saying, like, so I'm just trying to follow the timeline. So we had a nuclear deal in place. The Trump administration originally said it's not enough. Like, we want more access. And so they tore up the deal, and then we put sanctions on Iran. Am I understanding this correctly?
We put sanctions on Iran as leverage to make them negotiate with us and allow inspectors.
And no new deal had been done since it got tore up?
No, we've been working on. There were like small arrangements that had like incremental things, but no massive new deal had been done.
All right. And then fast forward to today, we say fuck it and bomb them?
Yeah.
All right. I was just making sure. Like I said, I don't know a whole bunch. I'm just trying to figure out the timeline.
That's. I mean, that's more or less it. And there've been people in our government that have wanted a war with Iran for a very long time. Very long time.
This is my intuition is leaning towards that.
Yeah.
People of that region that we are allied to and people in our government have kind of wanted this for a while.
Yeah, you go back to the 1980s, 1990s. We've been like slowly hinting at wars with Iran for a very long time.
Mm-hmm.
So it kind of felt inevitable at this point. And then I also saw Rubio talking about like this was a protective strike. We were trying to protect ourselves because Israel was going to attack them. And then we knew that Iran would respond by attacking us because Israel would use some of our intelligence and probably some of our military hardware and definitely intelligence to attack Iran. So then Iran was going to respond to that by attacking us. So therefore we have to attack Iran first to prevent their ability to do that. Does that make sense?
Not to me. I mean, I would. No.
Like if Arian, if I told you like what time Big T likes to leave the office, and he's got $5,000 cash on him, and he's not carrying, and you really need $5,000 cash, and I'm like, now's the time. Here's where the security cameras point away from. You can get away from it. He's leaving at 4:45. You can go jack him up, and then you steal his shit, and then Big T comes up to me. And he's like, what the fuck? Why'd you tell Aaron to do that? And he punches me. That'd be like me saying, I'm justified in taking Big T out before you rob him because he was going to punch me if you did it, knowing that I gave you the information.
Fair enough.
That's a very dumbed down way of looking, but that's what Rubio said. Like, I'm not making this up. This is what they've actually said. Like as their explanations for why they're doing this. So, and if it's Democrats that are signed off on it, that I've been not lucky enough, but I've been consistent enough over the years to be like I am always going to object to these types of wars, no matter who is in charge of it. So you can't pin the TDS bullshit on me, Trump derangement syndrome. When Obama did, that's the only thing I talk about really when it comes to Obama's politics was the drone strikes and all that bullshit. So it's helpful if you're consistent over the years in your beliefs because you can't get pinned down as being just a hater. All right. So anything else on Iran that we want to talk about before we get to the history of the country?
No, I got nothing.
Okay, we got other stuff in the news too. Also, the United States Navy did sink a ship for the first time since World War II.
With the torpedo.
It's pretty crazy. Like we've had all this technology that we've been building up over the years and just have been itching to use it. And you haven't really heard about submarine attacks recently.
Sometimes a good old-fashioned torpedo.
That's all it takes. I'm interested to see what happens in the Strait of Hormuz though, like what they're going to do with the oil supplies there, if that's going to be shut down. Because that'll be bad news. Bad news for everyone. Okay, what else we got in the news? Oh yeah, this is a fun story. The Atlanta Hawks. Big T, are you a Hawks fan?
So I was as a child big Hawks fan, and then over the years, like I just don't really watch the NBA anymore. If somebody had me list out all my favorite teams, I don't think I would list Hawks on it anymore. I couldn't tell you the last time I sat down and watched a full Hawks game.
So, Aaron, have you heard the story?
I've not heard the story.
Okay, the Atlanta Hawks, they plan to have Magic City night.
Okay.
Okay? Do I have your attention?
You have my attention.
Okay, so at State Farm Arena, they were going to do Magic City Monday on March 16th. They were going to give away hoodies. They were going to sell the lemon pepper wet wings. And I don't know what else they had planned, but it seems like that's about it.
That was
right?
most of it. T.I.'s performing also.
Oh, yeah, that's right. T.I. concert. Magic City Monday. And then
real quick, shout out to T.I., man. He just released a song. He used to be, he's a legend in the hip-hop game. Released a song, Let Him Know. It's like top 50 in a Billboard. And this aging rap has never really been a thing like that. So shout out to T.I., man.
Mm-hmm.
Great song, by the way.
How old is T.I. now?
46.
45.
Wow, it's close.
I would have guessed a little older.
Shout out to that.
So Luke Cornett, you might recognize him, Arian. He's a San Antonio Spur.
Luke Cornett.
He logged on to medium.com and blogged. He blogged through it. And he objects vehemently to Magic City Monday. He says the NBA should desire to protect and esteem women, many of whom work diligently every day to make this the best basketball league in the world. We should promote an atmosphere that is protective and respectful of the daughters, wives, sisters, mothers, and partners that we all know and love. Allowing this night to go forward without protest would reflect poorly on us as an NBA community, specifically in being complicit in the potential objectification and mistreatment of women in our society.
I see his point.
But
Don't know that I agree. But I see it. I see a point.
Mhm.
I see how you can arrive to that conclusion. Yeah.
it's interesting because Luke Cornett he's not actually playing in this game. It's the Hawks against the Magic, and he's on the Spurs. But he's the one that wrote the blog.
And Al Horford came out and supported him also.
Al Horford did support. It is objectively really weird that an NBA team is doing like strip club night.
I
game,
was
right?
certain when I saw it was fake. I've never been more sure of anything.
I would be surprised if they're gonna have like strippers and stuff.
Right.
I
think
don't
that's gonna be
believe
the
so.
case.
They're not.
Yeah,
It-
I don't think that's the case.
It's mostly about the Wings and the T.I. concert.
That's what I'm probably. The Wings are always amazing at strip clubs. I don't know what that is. That should be studied. But yeah, like I said, I see his point. But I mean, I don't know. I'm just a little bit more liberal when it comes to that. Like, if you don't like it, don't watch it.
Mm-hmm.
There's porn all over the place. If you don't like it, don't watch it.
I do think there is something to be said for like people with kids bought tickets to that game 3 weeks ago, and now it's strip club night.
Don't go.
What if you already bought? What if that was your kid's Christmas present?
If that is
Family in Macon.
Yeah.
They go to one Hawks game a year.
If that is the gripe, they should be able to refund the tickets. I would support that. But other than that,
That's fair.
just don't go. I don't know. It's women dancing naked. Like this is not 1950 anymore. Yeah, women are naked. Women like dancing naked. Men like watching women dance naked. This is not a surprise. All the motherfuckers sitting in the stands are here because men like women naked.
I do think it'd be very funny if that exact scenario that Big T described existed. Like some God-fearing family,
There's
small
there
town. Like
two
we're
young,
going to go see the basketball game
a 7
again.
and an 11-year-old boy in Macon for Christmas.
Yeah.
Their family has enough money to go to one game a year. They opened up tickets. Hawks and Magic.
Mhm.
Their favorite Jalen Johnson. They can't wait. March 16th.
Mommy,
And now it's
what's a
strip club
twerk?
night.
Yeah. Your mama packs sandwiches. Say thank you to mama. All right, mama. We'll be back tomorrow. You have a good. What are you going to do today, mama? Oh, you're going to
What's a
church.
twerk?
Going to church. All right. Yeah. Well, okay. We're going to stay overnight. We'll see if there's a church in Atlanta we can go to before the game. All right. We'll be back Monday night. Be safe now.
I think this would
What?
be.
Then they go to the game. Magic City.
I do. You saw the hoodie.
Oh, the hoodie's nice.
I mean, those hoodies are going to be everywhere. Those are going to be going on eBay for $400.
I wouldn't be surprised if Luke Cornett was getting paid by the Hawks.
whom?
By the Hawks.
Really?
And Magic City behind the scenes.
Huh.
It's like the amount of, he's objecting to it, which, again, for the record, like, weird choice for an NBA team to have strip club night.
So that's what I was
It
saying
is
when I said,
odd. I will admit that.
I
But
can't believe
whatever,
that's
man.
allowed, to be honest with you.
Yeah. I feel like it's Atlanta. They can get
Yeah.
away with it.
Yeah.
But I have heard excellent things about the Wings. Like, really, really
Lemon
good
Pepper
things.
Lou.
I've heard that they're one of the best in the country, so I have to try them at some point.
We're in a fallen state, promoting sin.
That's the other thing is if you find this objectionable, which I don't find to be ridiculous at all, there's plenty of other things going on at NBA games that are already, I mean, it's not having strip club night, but like they're already
traveling. The traveling is
yes,
worse.
yeah, the step through that everybody's doing.
Yeah.
I mean, there's other stuff going on at professional sports games that is probably not suitable for children already.
I mean, cheerleaders, dog. Like, I've said this for years. There's no point to have cheerleaders. I don't understand it. It's odd to me. It's odd.
I think college, they've been there for 100 years type deal, but professional.
But it's for the same reasons, though, right? It was just, they weren't as brash back then. Cheerleaders were because older men like looking at younger women.
Yeah.
Same shit.
But professional cheerleader, like the NBA, the dance teams in the NBA.
That's different. Dance teams are different than cheerleaders. Dance team, there's like
they're doing something.
I don't want to disrespect cheerleaders, but like dance team, like there's real like I don't know because there are cheerleading competitions. I was
gonna say they're gonna come for you.
I don't care
though.
I was just saying with the like you were saying to watch young women like they're dressed, provocatively.
Now I'll tell you this: when I was playing, the Washington at the time, Washington Commanders, they had the best cheerleaders from my eyes.
Yeah.
It was
not the Cowboys.
No, that's overhyped. I mean, listen, they're all beautiful women. Don't get me wrong, but like, I just had an eye for the Washington cheerleaders. I was like, yo, that's different. That's a lot of quality over there.
Interesting.
Shout out to them.
Might have been the best thing about the organization at the time.
Yeah, probably.
Terrible
for sure.
stadium, bad team.
Probably for sure. The marching band, I believe we're the only team in the NFL that has a marching band.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, they play the fight song after touchdowns.
I appreciate that. That's something I find missing from professional football.
Not the only team. I just remembered the Steve Smith marching band leader incident from last year.
Yeah, that was last year.
Or 2 years ago?
You could have told me that was 2018.
The Baltimore Ravens.
Oh, shit. Yeah.
So I think they're the only two teams then that have a marching band.
Every team should have a band.
I agree.
Another thing, Magic City is kind of like a cultural staple in Atlanta.
The Hawks in their press release called it a cultural institution.
It is. When you go to Atlanta, you got to hit up Magic City. Usually.
No,
my younger days.
Are the dancers more talented at Magic City? Do they do like the crazy shit?
I think what happened was the hip hop scene in the early 2000s moved from like New York to Atlanta, and Atlanta became kind of like the hub for you had Ludacris, you had T.I., you had Outkast, you had these big acts that were kind of leading the forefront of hip hop. And Magic City was a big strip club in that area. So it kind of just became a staple. I don't know that there's any difference between Magic City and a regular strip club.
But I wonder if over
I don't
the
say
years...
regular, but like a more known strip club. Because Houston has a lot of very known strip clubs as well.
Yeah. I just wonder if over the years, like the amount of money that got pumped into Magic City made it so that like the top tier dancers, the ones that do the crazy shit on the poles, and like the level of talent increased there as well.
I mean, don't get it twisted. There are some tricks done on poles that are impressive.
Yeah, like athletically.
Yeah, just very athletic, acrobatic shit. Like I done seen some wild shit. Like, hey, yo, what are you doing here? Impressive.
The move where they let go at the top of the pole and then fall all the way down and catch themselves, right? Every single time I like sit up, I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah. It's impressive. It's impressive stuff. But yeah, I don't know that Magic City is like special in a way but I just think it's been promoted over, tunes for so many years that it kind of, the prestige grows. The prestige is bigger than the actual institution.
Mm-hmm.
But whoever the owner is, this is a big night for him. So shout out to him.
The ticket prices jumped like 400% when they announced Magic City Monday.
This is the best type of advertisement that you can get.
Those poor kids.
Like having somebody object to your event on moral grounds just it tells you a lot about society. That we're like, oh, some people think that this is like sexist and misogynistic and objectifying. I kind of want to go.
What do you think the cheapest standing
Like, don't get me
room-
wrong. Like I consider myself part of that crew too. Even though I listen, sorry ladies, I do consider myself an ally. But then you hear Luke Cornett complaining about Magic City Monday, and you're like, I got to see what all the fuss is about.
What do you
Yeah.
think a standing room only ticket to Hawks Magic costs right now?
Standing room only ticket.
That's where it's sold out.
I don't know if it's sold out, but well, it might be because I'm looking secondary. Let me see.
115.
145.
Ooh.
If you want a
wow.
seat, it's going to cost you 180
What about the VIP lounge?
to get into Magic City. There are courtside tickets going for $12,000
Wow. Do they have a champagne room?
at Hawks games. Probably. Let me see if there's still tickets from the Hawks available.
Magic City.
Yeah, this is it's gonna be a night to remember. I got to get that
Got
hoodie
it.
though. The hoodie does look amazing, and I also have to try their wings.
League must protect and esteem women.
I agree. Can't both be true?
That's what I'm saying. I don't disagree with his take. I disagree with him wanting to cancel it, but I understand where you're coming from, brother. I get it. Yeah, it makes sense. If that's what that company wants to do, fuck it.
Yes, Arian, the game is sold out.
Hey,
I also think
180 if you want a seat.
I think it's true that you can want women to be successful and independent and strong and have all the same rights and protections as men do, and also still like titties. I don't think that those two things are mutually exclusive.
I tend to agree. I don't know. Like I said, as long as two consenting adults
Right.
are involved, I got no problem with what's going on.
Right. If she feels empowered, or if she just if she just likes the job, if it's just good money and she's like, I like this job, I enjoy taking my clothes off and getting paid money. That's what I want to be doing with my life right now. And then I, as a consumer, also enjoy when she does that. I think that's capitalism. That's beautiful. I think that's empowering financially for her. So, but again, weird choice for the NBA to be like strip club night. I get
Definitely
that.
weird. Definitely odd.
Yes, I get that.
David
but-
Stern would have put a stop to that.
Oh yeah, David Stern would be like, yeah, wear more clothes tonight.
That was one of his things. You got to wear a suit.
Yeah, dress code for women night. Yeah, no uncovered shoulders, ladies. All right, what else we got? Jurickson Profar.
Wait, hold
Suspended
on.
for another year.
Hold on. I find it odd we talk about that. We have two women in the back. I kind of want to get their
Fair.
opinion.
Yeah.
If I'm being honest, I saw this all over Twitter. I didn't even know what Magic City was.
I heard of it. Isn't it
So
where like
it
James
was, like,
Harden likes to go?
Going over my head.
Almost certainly. I don't know that for a fact, but that's a pretty good
My
guess.
Cleveland Cavalier. I don't know. I think it's an odd business to support for an NBA game, period. Minus all of the other things. I just think it's an odd thing.
Yeah.
Seems like it worked from a business
Well,
standpoint.
right. I also have never been to a strip club or specifically Magic City. So I don't really know the vibes like that, but like, will there be strippers there?
No.
No.
I can't. I do not think that there will be.
That would surprise me.
Like
That would
that,
surprise me.
but
That's where I draw the line.
yeah, but also
Yeah.
like
Other than that, it's just kind of funny.
it's whatever.
If there were strippers taking their clothes off at an NBA game, I feel like most people would
Be like,
hey,
whoa,
hey,
whoa,
this
whoa.
is.
I
this
don't
is
even know
not-
that that's legal.
I don't think that
Right.
it is.
Probably not.
Like maybe they'll have some dancers courtside that they'll show on like the celebrity cam.
You think?
They should
I
have the
would
DJ be like,
venture
NJ courtside. We got candy. Everybody
Head to
give it up for-
Magic City after the game. We
Yeah.
see Sapphire.
We got candy stepping up.
What if it's just a whole bunch of magicians twerking? So I would think that there's not gonna be women wearing anything less than what cheerleaders wear. That would be my guess. If
Yeah,
there's something
that's-
else, like I said, I don't know that I.
And if you think about it this way,
Wow.
maybe they've been needing some promotion. The strippers start getting paid more now
Yeah.
that the NBA night.
and support small businesses.
Yep.
Support small businesses and support women
Mhm.
in a
There you go.
legal and safe way.
Yes.
Don't be weird with them.
Not illegal.
Not illegal and not
Unsafe.
unsafe.
We're a pro safety podcast.
Especially at Magic City.
Yes.
So,
Prostitution should be legal.
Consenting adults.
Well, it would be safer. It would. I think STIs would drop if you could regulate it.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of the mindset behind Amsterdam.
Yeah, in order to participate in our services,
Nevada.
you have to pass a STI test, and all the ladies are screened. All the men that are with the ladies are screened, and if there's any women or if there's any men that want to do that too, they're all screened. Safer.
People do forget that it's legal in Nevada, like in the United States.
I did not know that actually.
Not in Vegas.
Oh yeah.
But if you go to Nevada and you go out to whatever county, Clark County, I think is where Vegas is. If you go outside that
tell
county,
us, brother.
if you go outside the
Tell us.
county that Vegas is in, for the rest of the state, I think it's legal in just about every county.
So is it a federal law that Nevada somehow gets around, or is it just they're the only state that, and every other state says it's illegal?
That's a good question. Can we look that up?
Prostitution is not
Oldest business known to
explicitly
man.
illegal under a single federal law, but it is effectively illegal nationwide except in parts of Nevada through various federal statutes.
Probably like sex trafficking.
Federal laws criminalize specific related activities like transporting persons for commercial sex across state lines, using federal facilities, or in case involving force, fraud, coercion, or minors.
So federal facilities could probably include like highways.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah, it's already legal here. Go to the Bunny Ranch.
Yeah.
what's the bunny ranch?
I remember watching that in the early days of HBO and late night
Yeah.
HBO days, Eric.
Before there was porn everywhere.
Yeah.
That's what we had was like the Bunny Ranch, real sex on
Mhm.
HBO.
Mm-hmm.
To answer your question, Mad Dog, the Bunny Ranch is just a brothel
In Vegas?
in Nevada. I think it's probably closer to Reno than it is to Vegas.
And I'm going to ask you another question.
I've never been there.
I wasn't going to ask you
Okay.
that. I've heard of brothels, and I know brothels like generally what they are, but is it literally just like women in a big house and people come in and have sex with them?
I think so. I think you walk in, and then the madam greets you.
Head bitch in charge?
Yeah, then the madam greets you, and then she brings out the ladies into the greeting room, and then she asks you which lady do you like the most.
Really?
I think so.
And that exists somewhere in the United States
It
still?
exists in a lot of places. It exists.
It exists outside the United States
Way
a lot
more.
more.
It exists.
So like anytime I'm outside of the city, not because I'm against like OT play,
What's
but
OT play?
out of town.
Oh, okay.
An away game.
No, but because I know like there's a lot of trafficking that goes on, and it's less regulated in other places. So anytime I go places and you get quartered all the time, I'm like, nah, hell no, I don't even, because this is there's some dirty shit going on and probably kidnap people and fuck all that. So I don't even play in that field. Can't do it.
Wow. I'm learning a lot.
Yeah, I know that there's
But how world we living, man.
It is.
there's a bunch in Nevada. There's some in Key West too.
Ooh, interesting.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm telling tales out of school, if that's like giving up the game.
Oh, are those underground?
I don't know if they're specifically. I probably shouldn't have said anything. They might come after me now.
People gonna, yeah.
I think they might operate with like a wink and a nod.
Hmm.
Again, never been to a brothel myself. Do know several people that have been to brothels.
Any that work here?
I don't think so. I don't think if I like,
That was an interesting way to phrase that answer.
because like guys don't have the brothel. I can't remember having a brothel conversation with everybody that works here.
Oh, I thought you meant you knew of someone, you just weren't sure how you would classify their employment status.
No, I've never. There's like a handful of dudes that I know that like personally that have been to brothels, and none of them work at Barstool.
Okay. So you mentioned Jurickson Profar.
Jurickson
Back to
Profar.
someone who should be executed.
Jurickson Profar. By the way, the guy Dahlman that retired from the Bears, their center.
Yeah.
I did see a very interesting tweet going around about him. So Aaron, I don't know if you saw this news, but the Chicago Bears have a Pro Bowl center and he retired yesterday. I think he's 27 years old. So he just played his first year of his second
Am I
contract.
drunk? Did we not just say this?
Madeline brought it up before we recorded.
Oh, I thought I was like, damn. I was like, I'm not tripping. She said this before you walked in there.
Okay. So he played his first year of his second contract. So he got some money in the bank at least, and then he decided, I'm retiring. And then I saw a very interesting tweet that was like, number one, I hope he's okay. Number two, there should be some sort of recourse to guys that quit.
Yeah.
Who said that?
Just some random guy on Twitter. I don't know the guy's name, but just like from the fan perspective of like, we should be able to do something to the players that quit.
There is. They don't get $20 million.
Yeah, that's a recourse. But like as fans, we don't get our pound of flesh.
Right.
Like he should write season ticket holders an apology note. What about that family? What about that young family with an 11-year-old?
They got Christmas tickets.
I mean, buddy, walk a mile in my shoes with Jurickson Profar.
Yeah, so Jurickson Profar, tying it back to baseball, Jurickson Profar has been suspended for the entire season.
Yep.
For PEDs.
Yep.
Tell us a brief history of Jurickson Profar.
So, Arian, you'll love this.
Wait, who's Jurickson Profar?
Jurickson Profar, I guess we'll call him a player for the Atlanta Braves. He's never played. So this guy, he played for the Padres 2 years ago. He was like uber top prospect in baseball 10, 12 years ago. Had a middling career, never really panned out. All of the sudden, at the age of 31 with the San Diego Padres, has a breakout year, just kills it in 2024. He then, that offseason, signs a 3-year, $42 million deal with the Atlanta Braves. Congratulations, brother. You made it. I think up to that point, his career he'd made like $30 million. So you just more than doubled your career earnings. You did it. If you never hit a baseball again, the Atlanta Braves have to give you $42 million. Congratulations. He plays the first 2 or 3 games of last year, and it comes out, got popped for steroids, suspended for 80 games. So he basically is one of the things that tanked the Braves season last year. Comes back at the end of the year, and actually he was very remorseful, said like, guys, I'm so sorry, this will never happen again. Played pretty well at the back half of the year. The season was already over, but whatever, played well. Going to be a critical part of the team coming into this year. And sure enough, yesterday, popped again, 162 game suspension, completely So here's what I don't understand. This guy's obviously the biggest piece of shit asshole that's ever lived. But putting that aside,
that's a little strong.
Top 10. Putting that aside, he's a selfish asshole. But that aside, you did it.
Yeah.
He very clearly, I think we can agree, cheated in 2024 to have a breakout season at 31. How he didn't get caught, who knows?
I think we can say that there's a lot of signs that point to
right.
Yeah.
So it makes sense to do steroids when you need to get a contract, right?
Yeah.
So I can understand that, even if I think it's wrong. But then he did it, and now he's just doing it for kicks.
He just loves it.
It's like a bank robber that successfully robbed a bank.
One last score.
And then he just goes back just for the thrill of it. Like,
let's play devil's advocate. Maybe he got popped, and then he was like, you know what? I fucked over this season for the franchise and these fans. I'm gonna make sure I'm gonna do everything in my power to come back and we have a really good year next year.
Even if that's the case, what was the reason the first time?
To get the contract.
No, but he already did that. Then with the Braves, he had the first suspension. Now he had the second one.
So the first one was to make do on his, okay, you know, we made, I'm gonna make sure that I play good, and he got popped. Okay, let me make it up. It's devil's advocate.
Yeah, I mean, I really don't like this guy. But that's the thing. So now he's given up. The last 2 years, he should have made $28 million, and he's made like $6 million.
Yeah, it's not smart from a financial standpoint. Maybe he's just. Do you think he just has a lot of pride in the Netherlands, and he's doing steroids so that they can win the World Baseball Classic?
Well, doesn't get to play in it now. So.
Oh, you get suspended from that if you get suspended by MLB?
Yep.
That's bullshit.
You want guys roided up in the World Baseball Classic?
Yes, I do. That should happen outside the jurisdiction of baseball, of Major League Baseball.
He's suspended from everything.
I don't like that. You should let the boys, if you're unable to make a Major League roster and you don't think that you're going to get a massive contract, I want the guys from the other countries, like Italy, like the Italian team, shoot up all the steroids that you want and just get jacked as fuck. Maybe win the World Baseball Classic, and then you get a lot of like endorsement deals from Diodora and like wine companies and shit. I don't know what else Italians buy. Lamborghinis.
Ferraris.
Yeah.
I think they only have 2 MLB players. Do you know who they are? If you think of names, you should be able to get them.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of names that end in vowels.
One is a big Barstool guy. Has been in this.
Pasquantino.
Vinny Pasquantino.
Yeah,
yes.
yeah. He's
other-
not bad, right?
No, he's good.
He's pretty good.
The other is a young, very hot prospect.
Young, hot prospect.
SEC guy.
Is he a Tennessee guy?
No. Quite the opposite.
LSU.
Not LSU.
Alabama.
Yep. Yeah, the opposite would be Alabama.
Jack Caglione,
Oh, okay.
Florida.
Is he competing for Italy?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. But yeah, if you're not in MLB, they should not test you for steroids. Let Jurickson play.
The most infuriating thing is, I don't know how this isn't in the CBA. His contract for next year is still guaranteed. The Braves owe him $14 million. Like, he's going to show up at spring training next year, presumably. Like, all right, guys, let's get him.
So he needs to do just all the steroids this year. Or if you're suspended, are you still getting tested during your suspension?
I have to imagine so.
While you're
I
suspended?
actually, at this point, hope he does more steroids
Then he's
to
gone.
void next year.
Yeah. He might be addicted to steroids. Have you thought about that?
Then baseball's not the profession for you, brother.
That's true. God bless you. Go to church.
Go do the the roided up Olympics thing.
Oh, yeah, the enhanced games.
Is that still happening?
Yeah, it is. Enhanced games. I had a funny little sit. One day we'll tell the full story behind this, but myself and Hank had a little sit down at the Super Bowl with there's a CTO of Meta, of the Meta company, and he gave us a demonstration on like the new glasses that they have, which are kind of crazy. Like on the new glasses, you can pull up screens and get directions like on the lens, and people can't see that you're looking at it. You like use your hands to control it like a trackpad. It's what Google Glass said that they were going to be.
I was going to say, remember Google Glass?
But that was technology that was like, the idea was 10 years ahead of the technology.
Also looked moronic.
It looked stupid. So Meta is now coming out with like the next generation of that. And so they were giving us a demo on that. And then Hank and I sat down and did essentially an episode of Part of My Take with me, Hank, and the CTO of Meta instead of Big Cat. And it was a wild scene, the way that they had like the super professional podcast equipment set up, like so different from the way things happen on Part of My Take. It was kind of crazy. But yeah, we were talking to him during the podcast, and he was talking about the enhanced games. And I just think the enhanced games are the funniest thing ever. Like the way that they're trying to present themselves. This guy from Meta really like is embracing the science behind it. Like, this is how we're going to figure out how to extend people's lives by decades. And
What's
like,
the enhanced games?
We're on the bleeding edge of technology. It's the all steroid Olympics. So you can do whatever you want.
But this is a thing?
Yeah.
Yeah. Really?
It's funded by Peter Thiel, friend of the program.
When is this happening?
I don't know.
They've been
the dates
talking
on it.
about it for years.
But yeah, you can enhance. Athletes can enhance their bodies through whatever chemical experimentation or drug regimen that they want.
May 2026 in Vegas.
I'm gonna watch this shit.
And when they first announced the enhanced games, there was a very funny segment on the website that was like talking about the shame and how athletes around the world, enhanced athletes around the world, have been suffering in silence with no visibility.
Facts.
Because
Facts.
they get shamed anytime somebody gets popped for steroids. You hear guys like Big T say that they're a top 10 piece of shit of all time.
I said 1, you talked me down to 10.
And meanwhile, you've got little children, you've got little kids at home that, like, it's part of their lives and their condition that they take steroids. And they see guys like Big T talking shit about, like, you know, their bodies, essentially. And so growing up...
Body shaming.
Yeah, so growing...
Jurickson Profar and his disability that he is required to take steroids.
Growing up as an enhanced kid, like, it's tough. You deal with a lot of body image issues, self-confidence issues, because people are calling you a cheater and a piece of shit, etc. And then on the website, it was also talking about like how, as a resource guide, how to come out as enhanced. Like how to be open about it, how to talk to your family about like, Mom, Dad, I got something to tell you. I love taking steroids.
I'm enhanced.
I'm enhanced. Your son is enhanced. I hope you still love me just the same. But it had this like whole section on like social justice for people who take steroids, which was like by far the funniest section of the website. I thought that was hilarious. The guy from Meta didn't really think that was that funny because I think he really loves the enhanced games. And he kind of like...
Are they involved in it somehow, or he was just a big fan?
I think just a big fan. And I mean, there are some like kind of good points about like people that experiment with steroids and are like really into it, and doctors that experiment with it, they can come across like medical advancements because it is like you're experimenting on yourself a little bit. So like Jose Canseco and all those guys,
Cool.
They figured out the right amount to do steroids. You could say that. Like they got good at baseball.
Sure.
And with the, only a handful of them died. So
who died?
Well, King Achaemenid died pretty early.
I've heard that name, but I've never.
I think don't quote me on this, but look it up. 1999 MVP, maybe 1997 NL MVP
Of the National League of Major League Baseball?
Yeah, I think on the Padres.
Baseball Reference the formatting's been messed up recently. I can't see it. 1996 NL MVP. How do I not know this
96.
guy?
Okay. Yeah,
and he died of steroids?
Oh no, he passed away. I think that's probably unfair for me to say.
Or what, like a heart attack?
Of steroids, but he passed away prematurely. October 10th, 2004 is when he died.
He played for his last MLB appearance was for the Atlanta Braves.
Oh, I didn't know that. He was a great third baseman. Really good third baseman. So yeah, he was 41 when he passed away.
Sounds like it could have been
substance abuse
cocaine
and death. Yeah, he was also a big. Yep, cocaine. He did some cocaine. Also did a lot of steroids. Oh damn, he died of a speedball, cocaine and heroin. That's kind of crazy.
Don't do drugs.
Don't do drugs, guys. But if you happen to be an enhanced child, just know that like Big T does not speak for everyone, and representation matters. So
I only care to the
game.
extent that it affects me, and Jurickson Profar has affected me adversely
several times.
Yeah, twice on purpose,
Speedball,
like an asshole.
Speedball. It's cocaine and heroin.
Yeah, that's what Chris Farley died of.
That is intense, man. And you smoke it, or do you drink, or you eat it, or what do you?
I think you could probably shoot it. You can probably snort it.
Shoot it.
You can probably. I don't know. I mean, maybe somebody that has a bigger knowledge base about drugs can tell me if it's like really a speedball if you snort it, or if you have to like inject.
I feel like that's not like a one-off, right? That's like you have to build up to get there, right? Like these highs aren't enough anymore, so I got to mix the craziest shit together.
Yeah. Now,
damn.
That's also what they gave the. That's also what they gave the pilots of those submarines, the one-person submarines in World War II. Hitler was like, "Yeah, I want these guys. They're going to go underwater for like days at a time. I need them to be awake, and not eating food or have an appetite. So I'm going to give them cocaine. But then, if I just give them a bunch of cocaine and lock them in a coffin-sized submarine, they're going to freak out under the water." And so I need something to mellow them out. So let's just put some heroin or morphine with the cocaine, and that'll steady him out. So all these guys got injected with that drug, went underneath the water, and not a single one ever came up. They all had heart attacks like immediately and died.
Damn.
Yeah. Speedball.
Yeah.
I'm not seeing if it's. I think it could be any combination of heroin or cocaine. All right, we got some other stuff in the news today. Depositions. We got Epstein depositions. Big T, what are your thoughts on the Clintons being called to testify?
None of this is funny. I want to make terrible stuff happening. Bill Clinton looking through pictures of like They're like, hey, here's the evidence of you hanging out with Epstein, and him just like giggling like a schoolgirl. Was kind of funny.
He's like, those are some wild times.
I mean, he was loving it. The lawyer ripped it out of his hands.
You got any more? Is that it?
Yeah, he was loving it. Hillary got really mad and stormed out because they posted a picture of her, I guess.
Yeah, so it was a closed deposition. They wanted it to be open testimony. So they wanted like cameras, the whole 9 yards. And
it just wasn't going to be live because they've released the footage.
yeah, it wasn't
right?
it wasn't going to be live. It was
Yeah.
but they wanted it to be like open testimony in Congress, carry it live, everybody can watch it. And then I believe the Republicans said no, we don't want that. And so then she came in to testify, and then people took pictures.
Lauren
I think-
Boebert took
yeah,
pictures and
Lauren
sent them
Boebert.
to Benny Johnson, and Benny Johnson leaked them.
And Benny Johnson leaked them. And then Hillary found out during the testimony that they were doing that, and she was like, "What the fuck are we doing? This is I'm going to just quit. We're done here." And then Boebert had to apologize and delete them, and have them deleted.
She also asked Bill Clinton if he thought Epstein killed himself or not, or if he was suicidal.
What did Bill say?
He said, I am not sure if he killed himself or not. You and I know the same amount. I have made peace with the fact that the coroner has said he has killed himself. And then he said, I think he just got caught and didn't know where else to turn. But Bill Clinton's lawyer was handling Lauren Boebert easily.
Yeah, well, it's tough to nail down Slick Willie. Slick Willie's he's testified a time or two in his life,
Yeah.
and he can wriggle out of most anything.
Lauren Boebert is child's play to him.
Yeah,
that bad. I shouldn't have said that.
Yes, okay,
I
yeah,
shouldn't have said that.
disavow.
I disavow.
It's batting practice.
Yeah.
It's batting practice
Yep.
for Lauren
Yep.
for Bill Clinton.
Yeah.
And for Hillary too. Like Bill Clinton, by the way, like all-time scumbag, all-time sleazeball.
Totally.
You could definitely see a few times when he's like, "Man, those are the good old days." I don't know why I've turned him into Matthew McConaughey with that voice, but Bill Clinton, all-time sleazeball. I don't think he said anything incriminating, like self-incriminating.
No.
I haven't seen any clips that would indicate that he admitted to break, like they caught him doing anything. Big T, have you seen anything?
I don't think so, no.
So it sounds like he probably skated. The clips that I saw with Hillary, she seemed to just like get very upset at Boebert and Nancy Mace.
I would too.
And there was I think they asked her about the frazzle drip file on her laptop. And if you're not super online, first of all, if you don't know what I'm talking about, congratulations. It kind of ties in with the Pizzagate stuff, but allegedly there was a file on Anthony Weiner's laptop that said like life insurance, and in that file there was a video called Frazzle Drip, and the lore behind Frazzle Drip is it's a snuff video where like Hillary kills a kid in the snuff video. So, and now to be clear, there is no evidence that this exists outside of the Pizzagate fan fiction that's been written about Hillary Clinton. And so they asked her about this file, and it was like weird seeing Hillary like react to it. Like like seeing somebody who is so terminally online ask somebody who is so terminally offline about a theory about them killing a kid. It was like a really weird disconnect where it's like, we're no longer speaking the same language right now.
Yeah, they asked her about Pizzagate several times, and she was like, do you not understand that this is insane that you're asking me this right now? And Lauren Boebert was like, well, do you think it's real?
I think Bobes wanted to get some online clout.
I mean, obviously she leaked a picture to Benny Johnson.
Yeah, she just wanted to get some retweets going. And Boebert, I feel like, is like trying real hard with Benny. She's like, I can fix him.
She wants to go to Beetlejuice with him.
Yeah, she's like, if Benny Johnson hung out with me, I could straighten him right out. I think that's what her. By the way, Lauren Boebert, come on Macrodose. We've invited her on several times,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Like maybe
You've asked the congressman if they could talk to her.
To no avail.
can we reach out? Can we proactively reach out to Bobes?
Sure.
Frazzle drip.
Yeah.
That was a new one to me.
Yeah, you have to be pretty online to know about Frazzle Drip.
Frazzle drip's a lot, man.
I did not know I didn't know the name of it. I had heard that one of the Pizzagate theories was that like there's snuff videos of Hillary. But I did not know about this specific one, which you have to be pretty deep into the culture to know about it. And yeah, they asked her about it. She did not.
In my experience, hearing you speak about Pizzagate, you know a lot about it.
Oh, I mean, it's a big thing.
Yeah, I think people are generally familiar, but you seem to know a lot.
It's a very, very big, like when it came out with the WikiLeaks emails and all that shit, like it was a massive online story, and then the like start of 8chan becoming like a political force in America. There was like multiple documentaries. It's fascinating to me how people then spun careers off of the Pizzagate emails. And they became like experts on it. And then Q was like alluding to the Pizzagate things. And then there became Q experts who then they developed their own careers just by being like doing their own QAnon podcasts based on like reading the tea leaves of these emails and what this fake guy Q just posted online. It's like it's a weird cult that kind of sprung up out of nowhere. So it's very fascinating to me.
I saw that QAnon shaman, he's like no longer a Trump supporter, if I'm correct.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think so. I saw that somewhere. Where did I see that? He's either a Trump supporter or he doesn't believe in Q anymore at all. Like he was like, it's all bullshit, I think.
When you've lost the shaman.
Yeah.
There was kind of like a weird overlap between some of the Q stuff and like very spiritual people too. Like hippie, granola, crystal yoga moms. They have a place in the Q movement. And it kind of ties in with like the old school anti-vax stuff where like you want to believe that there's an ongoing battle between light and dark and good and evil that's happening like right now in America. And you want to do everything you can to be on the side of the light. But all people are telling you is like, just keep posting about the light. And that's all you can do. And then when that battle seems to never end, you go slowly insane because you're like, I've done all the posting that I can. And there's still this evil happening. And I don't know what else to do about it. And then you kind of just drive yourself crazy. That's usually how it ends.
Or you drink the Kool-Aid.
Yeah, or you drink the Kool-Aid. Let's see what else we got.
Shout out Mark Teixeira.
Mark Teixeira.
Probably going to be in Congress.
So he won a primary?
That's correct.
So who'd he beat? So he won the Texas 21st GOP primary.
I'm not saying who he beat. The incumbent is Chip Roy.
Okay.
It's a good Texas congressman name.
That's a very solid.
Secured more than 61% of the vote.
There's also a guy named Lloyd Doggett. I believe he represented Austin for a while. Great Texas congressperson name.
I can't find who he ran against, but who cares? The Republicans will never lose another congressional baseball game for the rest of time.
Is there a rule like how many times you're allowed to bat or how many home runs you can hit?
I don't think so, because there have been scores that were like 17-2.
I played beer league softball for a while, and there were rules that, like, if you had a ringer on your team, he could only hit 2 home runs a game. And
I think there's a home run limit generally in softball, right?
Well, every other home run that person would hit would be counted as an out. So it's like you got to hit directional now. Yeah, you got to. So there should be a rule for sure for Mark Teixeira. If you are a former baseball player, although this does seem like communism, doesn't it?
How do you figure?
It's like we're taxing excellence.
What you're describing?
We're limiting the amount.
Right, but I don't think that exists, so.
Yeah, so what I'm describing, I'm saying might be problematic.
Right.
I don't think Congress would ever pass a law that would agree to that.
He can't pull some bullshit, though, where he's like, oh, sorry, guys, like, my baseball days are behind me. If he doesn't play, I will be explicitly anti-Mark Teixeira.
Yeah. He has to play.
He has to play. He has to play to the full extent of his ability.
Mm-hmm.
And he has to go up there and hit 500-foot home runs.
Can you imagine pitching against Mark Teixeira? Who are the pitchers for the Dems?
I don't know for the Dems. I know the Republicans, it's the guy from, I think, Florida. Stubbe, I think is his name.
Mm-hmm.
And he's pretty good.
Let's see who pitches for the Dems. Don Bayer, Ruben Gallego, Jimmy Panetta, Peter Aguilar. This is a problem. They're gonna get shelled. What if they just beamed him?
That'd be disgusting.
What if there was a brawl?
Show some sportsmanship.
Dems would get fucking destroyed in a brawl.
I mean, but here's
Who does Fetterman attack?
which side is he on?
Well, he's a Democrat.
I know, but they
He
say
would-
he's a Republican.
He would play for the Dems. Like he's probably first baseman, right?
Yeah,
Or DH.
DH.
Let's just say first baseman. And Teixeira charges the mound. What does Fetterman do in that situation?
I don't know.
I think he just kind of like shuffles his feet and wanders off into right field and pretends that he's lost. He just starts like picking grass off the ground, throwing it in the air.
The Democrats have a woman coach,
Checks out.
Linda Sanchez.
That sounds, yeah.
Yeah, that
that
sounds
sounds
like a
right.
Democrat thing.
Okay.
Just realized that.
So she's a new coach, or
They have a roster listed. It just says coaches. And she's on there. Each team has one coach.
I'm just trying to think of any libs that the Dems are probably reaching out to right now.
Yeah, I remember Pat Ryan when he was on, he mentioned someone from Iowa maybe.
Yeah.
That was like a minor league player they were trying to get to run.
I mean, Brandon McCarthy, I feel like he airs on the liberal side of things.
You think
Former pitcher from the
the liberal side of things?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They'll probably ask him to run.
Is he? I see political tweets from him all the time. Is he running for something?
No, I don't think so. I'm just saying they'll probably reach out to him. He had one of the best tweets. He was like one of the original baseball tweeters. Like one of the first guys in the league to be tweeting while they were playing actively in MLB. There was one I remember he got hit in the face on a comebacker, like off the side of the head. And I think he got knocked out and sent to the hospital, and then the next day he got released, and I think his tweet was like, well, if this isn't the perfect day to ask my wife for a threesome, then I'm all out of ideas.
I just went to his profile. It's his pinned tweet in all caps. Well, if being discharged from the hospital isn't the best time to ask about a threesome, then I'm fresh out of ideas.
Yeah. Great tweet
from 2012.
Yeah, so that's like back in the day. That was earth-shattering.
Yeah.
That an athlete would tweet that. All right. We got anything else that we want to get into? I guess we're not talking about the Epstein files that much. With war going on.
That's what they want.
Peculiar, huh, Eric?
Interesting. It's also very interesting that only people in foreign governments have been arrested. Nobody's been arrested in the United States. And it's also interesting that the one guy that had been arrested and was serving prison time, who also killed himself in French, it was like in French jail. It's interesting that there have been some connections that have come out recently that you should look into. Interesting. It's all we live in an interesting time span right now.
Makes you think.
Okay. What else do we want to talk about? We want to just talk about Iran? You want to discuss the history of Iran?
Yeah, let's go back to Iran.
It's one of those words that I'm not really sure. I think I like dive in and out of how I pronounce it. How do you pronounce it?
Iran.
Iran.
Mm-hmm.
Iran. 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 Iran sounds good to me. Can we agree to stick with Iran?
I believe that's the pronunciation.
Okay, Iran.
You gotta roll your R. Iran.
Oh, well, now that's expert mode.
Yeah, being accurate.
So, Arian, you would actually, I feel like you would love Iran.
Why is that?
Well, because the name Iran, it comes from the Persian word Arinum, meaning land of the Aryans.
That's where I'm from, baby.
That's so like I know that you get upset with your parents sometimes. Be like, "Why'd you name me Aryan?" I hate that name. It's
Dog shit name.
It's actually a throwback to Iran and Persia.
Oh, that's not why they did it, but I'm listening.
Okay, well that's what it was called, the land of the Aryans. It was called Persia until recently, until 1935. I like Persia better.
Persia's way better.
It has aura to it.
Persia's got a lot of aura. And there's a lot of stuff that was going on in Persia in the early part of the I always get confused with that, 20th century. The 20s,
1900s.
yeah, the 20th century is the 1900s. They
Correct.
got to fix that.
Well, because the first century you was leading up
know.
to 100, so it's one more than.
So in the early part of the 1900s, we'll jump around a little bit, but early part of the 1900s, the British were like, "Oh fuck, they've got so much oil over in Persia. We need to stake our claim, and we need to take their oil ports." And so that will fund the British Empire's ongoing expansion and just maintenance of the empire. And then in World War II, there were a lot of Germans that were posted up in Persia. And England was like, yo, that's kind of fucked up. There's a lot of Germans over here. I feel like they are probably going to take Persia's ports. We need to put pressure on Persia to kick all the Germans out. And Persia said, no, we're not going to do that. We're not going to kick the Persians out. We're not going to kick the Germans out. And then England was like, well, us and the Soviet Union, we're going to try to take over the country. And I guess it was Russia at the time, not the Soviet Union. Us and Russia, we're gonna take over your country before the Germans can, so we can maintain access to all your ports. And then after World War II, then the United States, the CIA, Great Britain, we were like, hey, let's see if they'll just play ball, and we'll put our own guy in charge. And they did not play ball. Like when you see all those pictures of Iran back in like the 1950s, those are the ones that we were talking about the other week. It's like there's a lot of dudes that are horny online for Persian women in the 1950s. They're like, look what they're able to wear. Wow, look at these beaches. And it is kind of like cool seeing like a culture that's now very repressed what they did look like at some point. But there was like
some of those pictures are just the drip.
Yeah,
the drip is insane.
Yeah, there was like a big American influence in Persia back in like the 1950s, 1960s, where there were a lot of people over there that were being courted by the CIA to spread American, what's the word I'm looking for? Just American culture, American fashion, American way of life.
Soft power.
Soft power. And while a lot of people enjoyed some of the things that went along with soft power, as I mentioned earlier, the Persians are a very proud people. And they didn't like the fact that we had installed
people that isn't proud.
I mean,
I hear that sometimes. They're very proud people. Like, who's not a proud people?
No, like super proud. Like a lot
right
of
now, Americans,
not proud people.
I'd say
subset of them.
There's a lot of proud Americans.
Yeah, I don't think so.
There's certain things I've always found like pride to be a really interesting conversation when it comes to how you feel about a country that you were lucky enough to be born into.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Like
yes.
I am proud of a lot of things that we've done. There's a lot of bad stuff that we've done too. But at the end of the day, like I was very lucky that I was born in the richest country in the world at the best time to be alive. I don't know that I can take pride in like, hey, good job me. Fucking nailed that one. Like I think my sperm me. Let's go, buddy. Like you were the fucking man. Like honestly, if you break it down, like millions, tens of millions of sperm. And dude, when I was little, I was nasty like that. Like Tavon Austin high school highlights. That's what I was like as a sperm. And fucking nailed the egg. I'm born at the best time to ever be alive as a white man. Are you kidding me? A white male in America when
jackpot.
The internet comes out?
Jackpot.
Like that's the all-time jackpot of jackpots. But again, it's like how much pride do I have in myself for being alive? I don't know. There's like I understand both sides of the argument because there are certain things that our country's done that's been pretty cool. Very cool. And then some other stuff that's like, well, that wasn't great. But anyways, when I say prideful for like, I'll give you an example. So I went, I was hanging out in Greece a couple years ago. I went to the Parthenon, right? I went to go see the Acropolis. I was walking around, my buddy, who's a Persian guy, and like all the different things that they have on, like in their museums, if you're out at the Acropolis, like all the plaques that they have, the stuff that you read on the side telling you, okay, here's what happened to this building. in whatever year it was, ancient history. Like there were so many things on there that were like, and then Persia came and they took over from this time span, and he would just like point at that, be like, Persia, we did this. And then he'd like look around for other Persians that were walking around on the Acropolis, be like, hey, you Persian? We own this shit. We did this. And then they would just have like a little mini Persian party. Like, yeah, our ancestors, we fucked them up pretty good right here. But what I'm saying is like, there's so much history in Persia that it's easy. I think it's easier for them to have like a deep sense of pride.
And they distinctly, they're not Arab.
No,
Like, they just, yeah, they distinctly, hey, we are Persian, not Arab.
yeah. And if you look at the split in terms of like Sunnis and Shiites, the two major branches of Islam, you see like where that distinction between Persian and Arabian comes from, which is something that also, like when we invaded Iraq, that's something that George Bush didn't really know about. He was like confused that there were going to be three different branches that were going to be like fighting for control of the government after we got there, like the Sunnis, the Shiites, and the Kurds. By the way, the Kurds might be back. I've also heard that we might be arming the Kurds and sending them into Iran, which is something that we've done before. Just with
You got
Iraq.
your ears to the streets.
Just with Iraq, yeah. I mean, that was like something that I think it just leaked. Some CIA source leaked that out, probably for a specific reason.
Who was it? Where did I see this? That was it on Pierce Morgan? Where there's a dude who was in I think it was a pizza shop that overheard that we were gonna invade Iran.
Okay.
And he heard it in a pizza shop by some people in the Defense Department, I'm guessing.
Okay.
And he was like, I was gonna. I think it was on Pierce Morgan. I think it was Pierce Morgan, but he was like, I was gonna leave, but the conversation was very informative, and I didn't want to leave, so he just stayed in the pizza shop listening to like battle plans.
Yeah.
I meant to bring this up on Monday and we didn't get to it. The poly market, Khomeini dying thing. Do y'all know about this?
I've read a few things about it. Like I've glanced at some posts.
So they had a market for will Khomeini be in power on such and such a date, May or something.
Mm-hmm.
And the people who bet no, obviously he gets killed, is no longer in power. And they said, Polymarket said, well, or it might have been Kalshi, I forget. One of the two, forgive me. Said, well, death is not included in that.
Oh, no longer in power is different?
And it's like, well, how else was the 85-year-old not going to be in power anymore?
I'm okay with it.
He could have keeled over and died just naturally any day.
Yeah.
That was the most reasonable way he would no longer be in power.
I would agree with that. But also at the same time, I'm fine with it. I think it's great if people lose their money on Polymarket.
Well, yes.
And on Kalshi for like administrative asterisks, and like I think that's great because then people stop using it as much.
Yeah, I don't know, man. People love it.
But the more that type of shit happens, I think the more wary people will be in terms of putting a lot of money on this like trivial shit. Not to say this is trivial, but there's like a lot of trivial shit that you can bet on that I don't think is like great for society. Okay, so yeah, the Shiites, my understanding, Big T, maybe you can clarify this. The difference between Sunnis and Shiites, it's about like next in line to Muhammad.
I don't know the exact delineation. I just know Shia is far more hardline.
So
the Sunnis are the more liberal.
And then there's the Alawites in Syria that are like super lib. But yeah, the Sunnis, the Shiites, I think believe that the next in line after the Prophet Muhammad was the correct choice. and the Sunnis might believe that that person was not the correct. So they're like rehashing an old election. For
The primary
eternity.
difference between Sunni and Shia Muslims stems from a 7th century dispute over succession to Prophet Muhammad. Sunnis believed in electing leaders, also known as caliphs, choosing Abu Bakr. Shias believed leadership should remain with the Prophet's family, starting with his cousin and son-in-law Ali.
Okay.
Wasn't Abu Bakr, that was al-Baghdadi's name, right?
Was it Abu Bakr al-Baghdadi?
Remember Trump? Abu Bakr
Oh yeah.
al-Baghdadi.
That sounds right.
Died like a dog.
That sounds right.
He was crying. Nobody'd ever heard such crying before.
So the Shiites believe that it should have been passed down through the family. Sunnis believe it should have been. It's put up to election. Is that fair?
Sounds like it.
Okay. So the Iranian government is they're a Shiite theocracy technically, and Iraq was more of a Sunni-led, because like Saddam, even though they were the minority in that country in Iraq, the Sunnis had all the power, which was another big thing that Bush didn't really understand. When we take out the Sunni leadership, in theory, the Shiites will be able to like take over as the majority in that country, but the Sunnis still have a lot of remaining power, and they will fight back too, and then the Kurds will get involved, and then no one knows what's going to happen. So anyways, this is all to say that Iran is majority Shiite, and I think the largest population of Shiites in the world. They are the 18th biggest country in the world, top 20, 3 times the size of Arizona, and they have the 3rd largest oil reserves behind Saudi Arabia and Venezuela. And here's a fun fact about Iran. They make more than 90% of the world's supply of saffron. So if you like saffron, now might be the time to like make sure that your stockpiles are high. You guys a big saffron? Are we a saffron podcast? It's expensive.
It's like one of those things that I'll probably enjoy if it's on it, but I couldn't tell if it was missing or added to a dish.
Yeah?
I like the color.
Yeah.
It's a great color.
Oh wait, you talking about the herb?
Yeah, saffron.
Yeah.
Saffron, I think it's delicious. It also it's like cool orange. I'm a fan.
I don't know. It's never been like, because I cook, but I never cooked with this before.
You call this orange?
It's like a deep red, maybe.
That's red.
Yeah, but when it's, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but when you put it into a dish, it usually adds an orange hue, doesn't it? Or would you say red? I don't know.
I don't come across saffron that often.
Anyways, I like saffron. That's my point. I'm sorry if that's controversial. Saffron's it's a nice enhancer.
I'm trying to think what's a if I was to get a dish,
Saffron rice.
it's got to have saffron on it. It's saffron rice?
Saffron rice, yeah.
I don't know that I've had saffron rice.
You have. It comes in a grocery store. It's always like they sell it in like
Indian food, right?
Yeah. They sell it in the most like intense packaging ever for a tiny, tiny little bit of this stuff.
Yeah, I think. Yeah.
Spanish paella, Italian risotto, Indian biryani, and various teas or desserts.
Now biryani, I will fuck up some biryani.
Do you fuck with paella?
I don't know.
Dude, paella is like one of the best dishes on the planet.
Every time I order Indian, it's usually just biryani.
Paella
Goat.
is Spain.
Mm-hmm.
Goat should be cracking too.
Yeah, paella is the national dish of Spain. It's like a big ass rice dish that comes with like seafood, like shrimp is in it usually, scallops, sometimes mussels are in there too, and it's like this crispy ass rice that they cook in this big, big pot. It's so good. You'll love paella.
Sounds amazing.
Yeah. All right. So if you want to trace things back in Persia, they found archaeological shit from 100,000 years ago. So they've found a lot of really old stuff. By 5000 BC, they already had agriculture going. They had farms. They had cities going in 5000 BC. There is this one place, I believe it's called Yazd, Yazd. You can visit a flame. They've got a flame that's been on fire there for 1,500 years. How crazy is that?
Going?
Yeah, the same flame.
I'm calling cap on that.
You calling cap?
Yeah.
Taking a knee.
Yeah.
Why?
Shout out 7.
You just don't think?
That just seems implausible.
Okay.
I'll have to look into it. What's the name of it?
But clearly they cover it, right? It's like in a structure.
It's in a desert city called Yazd, Yazd, and it's called the Atash Berham, Atashbehram.
The Fire Temple of Yazd.
Yeah, so tell me about the Fire Temple of Yazd.
Is a Zoroastrian fire temple in Yazd, Iran. It enshrines the Atash Baram, meaning victorious fire, dated to 470 AD. It is one of the 9 Atash Barams, the only one of the highest grade fires in Iran, where Zoroastrians have practiced their religion since 400 BC.
Off top, this is one of the cooler shits humans have done, if this is the case.
Yeah.
Veneration of
dope.
fire has its roots in the older practice of keeping a hearth fire burning continually, especially during the bitterly cold winters, so characteristic of the steppes of Central Asia, when the early Indo-European speaking peoples led a nomadic life in which fire was a source of warmth, light, and comfort.
So are you seeing anything that would lend you to believe that maybe it hasn't been going?
I'm seeing a lot about it. This fire's been burning for over 1,400 years. Let's go to Instagram.
Okay.
That's where they take you now.
So are you going to go back? Like, how far back are you going to scroll on the post? Like, okay, February 2nd,
Well, I'm watching
2015. Okay, there's a picture of
It
the
has
flame.
it has its own Instagram.
No, this is just a video of a guy talking about it.
That reminds me of, you remember the egg Instagram?
I do.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I was in
That
college.
shit was a big thing. It was I think the whole goal was to like get more followers than Kim Kardashian or some shit, right?
How many
Yeah,
likes
or
can
what
this
was it?
egg get?
Yeah, likes. That's what it was. Something like that. I partook in it, and then it started to slowly crack over time. Did it ever hatch? Whatever happened? I think I lost interest.
I don't know. There was
Is it
another
still
thing
a
that they
thing?
had like that, which was just it was like a fountain pen almost that was dripping ink. It's like, when is the drop of ink going to actually fall?
I found the post. It says, let's set a world record together and get the most liked post on Instagram, beating the current world record held by Kylie Jenner of 18 million. We got this. Hashtag like the egg. Hashtag egg soldiers. My fiance liked this post, along with 60 million other people.
Wow. Anybody else that you follow?
I don't think so.
It'd be good. Like,
Or I'm sure. Oh, it's,
where are they
it's
now?
Not,
Catch
it's
up
not
with
letting me
people.
click on the pictures.
catch up with the people that you know that like the egg. Be like,
Oh, yeah. Madeline Conroy.
Oh, great.
I was there.
Any comment as an egg soldier?
Aye, Captain.
Mackenzie Lozano.
Yep,
Mackenzie,
of course.
do you stand by your like?
What year was that? 24.
I was in college. It was probably 16 or 17.
Yeah, I was in high school.
Jake Malasek, Jack McCarthy,
Mm.
Nick Turaney, Bobby Fino,
You see me.
Barstool Pat. I mean, almost everyone I follow's on here.
It was a thing. It was
You
a
had
moment.
to be there.
Yeah.
I remember
That's
it.
in the Internet Hall of Fame.
I
Yeah.
can't imagine I liked it. Literally or figuratively. I mean, yeah.
A moment.
Look,
Yeah, I noticed
it's-
that you've-
It's everyone I followed.
I noticed that you've conveniently stopped talking about this fire that's probably been going for 1,500 years.
You told me to go to the egg. I set fire to the rain.
It's just interesting. So, yeah, they claim that the Zoroastrians have been keeping this flame up for what do you think the international outcry would be, Big T, if like we invaded Iran and we extinguished the longest burning flame? You think people would get upset?
That would be. I'm against this.
That would be. I feel like people would not be happy about that.
I think we have people who work in our government who that's their whole job is like, hey, if you're going to bomb this place, their job is to make sure that you're not bombing a religious site or something.
Do you think those people are still working in the government right now?
Like
Pete Hegseth he was like, this is.
Can we just
Like
take
the
out school?
I think he said this is the first non-woke war.
Did he say that?
Pretty much, yeah. He was like, we're not fighting politically correct wars anymore.
I don't know that that's an issue of political correctness. I think it's to ensure that you don't worsen anything beyond.
I agree. If you like destroy an old statue or something like that,
Right.
then that can like change the image of your country and your army. But yeah, shout out that flame
And the egg.
and the egg. So you can look at Iranian history 3 ways. You've got the pre-Islamic ancient period, which went until about 651 AD. Then there was the Islamic era, which ended 1800 AD, and then the modern era that started in about 1800. And I guess we can do this like in a nutshell. Basically, Xerxes invaded Greece and was like, my army's going to fuck you up, Greece. And then Greece was like, yo, we got Sparta. We got these crazy motherfuckers that will mess you up at the gates of hell. And then they kind of messed Xerxes up a little bit. But Xerxes also, like, he took some names too. Like, it was kind of mutually fucking each other up for a while. Then Xerxes had to go back to Persia and just kind of focus on building up Persia for a while. And then Alexander the Great was like, I'm going to finish off what my forebears started against Xerxes. And then Alexander the Great pretty much got stopped in Persia and shut him out. Now then Persia maybe made some mistakes. Mistakes were made because there were some diplomats that rolled into town and were like, hey, we want to talk to you about maybe sharing trade, working out some sort of peace treaty between our 2 armies. And Persia was like, how about we just kill you instead? Killed the diplomats that came into town. You know who sent those diplomats?
No.
Genghis Khan.
Nice.
Oops. In the words of Jeffrey Epstein, oops.
Yeah.
There were a lot of oopses that happened after that. So then they kind of got taken over for a while by the Mongols. And basically, yada, 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 we can get through a lot of this stuff because there's just a lot of ancient history that would take a million years to get through. But in doing some research for this episode, did a lot of like looking back at old Persian art and architecture, and they can get very flashy. Persians are like, they have a distinct style of art, and it is pretty amazing that's lasted this long, like through all these different empires that have been in and around their part of the world. They've got their distinct style that like just sticks around no matter who takes them over.
Good rugs,
great designs in their temples, like fantastic clothes throughout the years. I'll say this about Persia, they got that shit on. Like, they put that shit on, and it doesn't matter if it's Alexander the Great or if it's Genghis Khan, like 2 of the biggest conquerors in world history that took over their dojo for a little bit. Like, their shit stayed around through that and lasted on the other side of that. So
they're like old civilizations that you feel like it tickles your fancy when you look at their architecture, when you look at their art, when you look at their culture, their clothes, their food. Like, is there anything that when you look at that, you're like, man, that's just something, it touches something inside me.
Mm-hmm.
Or if I was to believe in past lives, right? You feel closely connected to that culture enough to be like, maybe I existed in that place somehow.
Yeah.
Definitely not that strongly, but Italy, I think all the architecture in Italy is cool. I love Italian food.
Ireland sometimes.
Okay.
I've been there a few times, and every time I'm there, I'm like, yeah, this is. I remember
nostalgia.
I remember this beer.
I used to come to this pub.
Yeah, I remember being drunk here.
I used to beat my wife and come to this pub.
No.
Mine is just Japanese.
Oh yeah.
Well, I got 2. Like the samurai joints in the villages, and then the Egyptian, obviously. Just I don't know what it is about that place. Mystical.
Mad Dog McKenzie, you guys have a culture that you're like, yeah, I live there.
I was gonna say Ireland too.
Mm-hmm. Ireland is just it's an easy country to fit into.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me be clear. I'd never live anywhere other than the U.S. of A.
Oh well.
Proud.
Under any circumstances.
I haven't. I mean, I also loved. I don't think I could do the food forever.
Yeah.
I loved Scotland.
Scotland's nice.
Don't know if I could do the food.
You didn't love the food? I had really good food when I was in Scotland.
Really?
Yeah. At just like pubs and stuff.
Right. I guess I could. I mean, like Irish food isn't necessarily like.
It's winter food. It's like
It's I'd be a little bit huskier there.
I would say
Comfort food.
Ireland is the Buffalo of Europe.
So
For sure.
true.
Right?
So true.
Like it's all the food there is designed to just keep you warm.
Yeah.
And you don't get the snowness, but it's like kind of wet all the time. But that doesn't matter because we got a lot of meat pies. You want a side of mashed potatoes? Okay, here's some beer.
Yeah.
That's European Buffalo.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good
100%.
one.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I haven't been to a ton of countries yet. Period. So I don't have a lot of experience to work with.
Where have you been?
America, Canada, Dominican Republic, Ireland, England, Scotland.
Okay, that's not bad for your age.
Yeah.
I've only been to Canada.
Just Canada,
Yeah.
which is pretty much like your neighbor.
Pretty much the same.
Yeah.
Same thing.
Did you ever take a day trip to Canada?
No. I did not.
We got to get you guys traveling more. This is the decade where you do a lot of traveling.
True. I'm
though.
going
Yeah.
to Barcelona and London this year, so that'll be fun.
I love London.
Barcelona is the coolest.
In one trip or separate?
In one trip. My friend's getting married in Barcelona, so we're doing that, and then
What time of year?
in August.
Oh fuck yeah, you're gonna have the best time.
Mm-hmm.
I'm very excited.
Barcelona, right on the beach.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, get some paella. Barcelona.
Barcelona. I had a roommate in college who studied abroad in Barcelona and came back like that. In Ibiza. I
Yeah.
went to Ibiza for a trip, and I wanted to strangle her.
God, if I had to do it again, I would try to study abroad.
Yeah.
That seems like just the best time. Like what an amazing time that would be to be 20 years old in Barcelona.
right. Barcelona.
Although being 20 years old in the Shenandoah Valley, Virginia was pretty cool too. So yeah, back to Persia. So after they kind of maintained throughout all these different dynasties and conquerors, they kind of popped back up in the 1900s with the Constitutional Revolution. So that was their first revolution. They're based on the British model. They had Parliament, and then that didn't really last for too long. There was some sugar price riots and protests, and in January of 1906, the leader agreed to the demands and said, "Okay, we will develop a court system, a separate court system to help fix the price of sugar." So they made a national assembly, and yada yada yada. There were some more documents that were signed establishing the Iranian constitution, which, by the way, I've tried to learn about Iran's form of government. Good luck. That's all I'm going to say. Like we should really talk to somebody who is an expert in studying this shit, because the way that their government operates is just it's crazy, and the way that it's always operated. By always, I mean like back to the 1900s. Very complicated. But I think that if you were like try to teach American government to somebody that was not already familiar with it, that's probably pretty complicated too, right? Like a civics class.
Is it?
I think so. Yeah, like two different houses, one based on population, the other not based on population.
Yeah, but we at least have like
What they do.
the branches are pretty clear. We don't have like a monarchy that kind of has power, kind of doesn't.
Yeah.
Then there's the
Explaining
real.
the electoral college to people that have no knowledge of it would be difficult. to
Yeah,
explain.
that's weird, but
Why is it a college?
I don't know the etymology, the root of the etymology to that.
Yeah. I guess the idea is that they want all parts of the country represented, in electing a leader, not just the big cities.
Are you talking about the root of the word or the actuality?
No, just the
of
actuality of it. Like,
yeah, that's what they want. They want representation unfairly to rule errors as opposed to more populated.
like
places.
if you want to keep a big group of states together, then the states that don't have as high a population need to feel like they're included in the
It's
decision.
DEI.
Yeah, true. So yeah, Iran has had a couple of revolutions. They changed their name to Iran back in 1935, which was a pretty big turning point for the country, and it was a manifestation of Iran's efforts to rebrand itself. It was trying to get away from the idea of, like, people thought in their heads, like when they thought Persia, they thought like mysticism and like magic lamps and genies and rugs and stuff, and they were trying to get away from that and to try to like become more of a power player on the world stage, like looking forward, not just looking back. And so they thought one way to get away from that was to change their name and get rid of the title of Persia, which I think that was pretty short. So Persia's got it, just they need to switch.
It pops.
Yeah, it pops. So they were neutral during World War II, but again, like we said, Britain was concerned about all the Germans that took over or that were there. So there was a joint plan between the British and the Russians to enforce their values and their interests. And then there was a CIA coup. So, and it does go back to the oil, but it was in 1946. Soviets were occupying Azerbaijan, but there was a Soviet/American/Great Britain. There was a lot of power players that were trying to get unfettered access to Iran's oil, and they tried to nationalize the oil industry. Iran did back in 1951, which a lot of other countries have done, but there was a lot of opposition to that, including opposition from the Shah, and the Shah was supported by foreign interests, and the local leaders kind of pushed him out. Then in 1953, the guy that pushed the Shah out, the guy who was in favor of doing the nationalization, keeping the Persian oil in Persia, he was taken out in a coup that was financed by the United States and by Great Britain. It was a CIA plot that was led by Teddy Roosevelt's grandson, Kermit Roosevelt Jr. We don't have enough Kermits anymore, by the way.
I was about to say it's a shit name.
Kermit? You don't like Kermit?
I like it for the frog, and that's it.
Kermit Davis was a basketball coach.
I was going to say, I feel like you name your son Kermit, that kid is going to play Major League Baseball. Can't you see a Kermit coming up?
Yeah, and Kermit is a kid like a Max Clark. Do you know about Max Clark?
No.
He's the Tigers. He was a top pick a year or two ago, and he wears like 10 chains and sunglasses, and that's a Kermit.
Okay, that's a Kermit.
Kermit would have the swoopy blonde hair.
Yeah. Okay. Maybe wear all the accessories when you step into the batter's box.
Yeah,
like
elbow guard,
pad,
hand guard, shin guard.
Yeah, I'm familiar with the type, and they all have like one little like a highlighter color on them.
Oh well, everybody does that.
Like
now,
it's got
yeah.
one yellow highlighter stripe on it.
Yeah,
on each,
all their
piece.
gloves are green.
He would have his own logo before he got to the league. Before he took an at bat, just be a K. Although that'd be a great logo for a pitcher.
Yeah. What's the last name?
Rodriguez.
Kermit. Oh, Kermit Rodriguez. Would be, yeah,
That's a guy you don't know what's coming.
Yeah, you really don't.
watch out. He better be captain, because if he's not, he's going to be the captain of the team, just without a C on it. That guy's he's got swag. Kermit. Kermit Soulsby.
Soulsby.
Kermit
Where's
Soulsby.
Kermit from?
SOLESBY.
ESBY.
Kermit Soulsby.
Okay.
Kermit Soulsby. He is from.
Is he Southern?
I'm going back and forth between
Kermit strikes me as a Dothan, Alabama
Okay, I was thinking similarly. I was thinking maybe he could be Huntsville. Is Dothan in the outskirts of Huntsville? Is it close by?
Don't quote me on that.
Kermit Soulsby,
Definitely left-handed, right? He's left-handed.
switch hitter.
Whoa.
Scrappy kid.
Okay.
He's got the biggest eye black triangles underneath his eyes ever.
Dothan is in the southeast corner. I would say the nearest kind of city is Troy, Alabama. It's nowhere near Huntsville.
What high school did Jameis go to?
Jameis Winston?
Yeah.
Hang on. He's from... Is he from Enterprise, Alabama?
I have it right here.
What is it?
Where's he from?
Hueytown?
Hueytown.
Yeah, that's
All right,
it.
Kermit Soulsby's from Hueytown, Alabama. And he's got the blonde swoops. He's got the giant eye black that goes down like past his mouth. Yeah, he's got a brim so flat on his hat that it almost even turns up at the end. And he's got every piece of protective equipment on ever, and 3 different chains that he wears. One that he puts on before he steps up to the plate.
Plays 4 years in the big leagues, then goes back home, becomes the sheriff.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Sheriff Kermit.
And he's like TikTok famous while he's playing.
But then he gets arrested,
4.
tax evasion,
Oh, interesting.
as a sheriff.
Oh, interesting.
He was confiscating certain things and reselling them, but not like illegal things. But like if he had to serve an eviction notice, and that family happened to have like a couple old cars laying around.
Gets caught with a speedball. Fuck it.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
He would sell those cars after, like he would accelerate the time that it would take for somebody to claim that property and be like, well, nobody's claiming it, I'll claim it. Then he would sell those cars. Then he wouldn't file the correct taxes.
This sounds kind of like I saw this story just right before we started recording. Have you seen this guy who won the primary for a sheriff in Arkansas?
No.
So he's awaiting a murder trial because he killed the guy who raped his daughter. And he said, like, the legal system in this county has failed me. I'm going to become the sheriff. And he won the Republican primary for sheriff.
Oh, shit.
And he's been charged with murder. He's awaiting trial.
I mean, if that's what happened and he killed...
His name's Aaron Spencer.
Okay, let me look this up. Because there was a guy like that in Louisiana that ended up murdering a dude that kidnapped and molested his son. And there's a famous, like, it was on
Is
the
that
news.
the one? He's at like a phone bank.
Yeah.
I've seen.
And then the judge, I think, just gave him credit for, like, I don't know if it was time served, but I don't think the guy spent any time in jail. He was charged like 3rd-degree manslaughter or whatever. It was like, yeah, nobody here blames you for that.
In 2024, Spencer allegedly woke up to find his 14-year-old daughter missing from her bed. Spencer searched the neighborhood and found his daughter in a car with 67-year-old Michael Fossler, according to court documents. He then chased the car down and drove it off the road before shooting and killing Fossler. Fossler was facing over 40 child sex crime charges involving Spencer's daughter when he was shot.
Wait, so he had done this before?
It says involving Spencer's daughter. So I don't know how that works. I just saw this story in the last 2 hours.
Oh, wow. So is he... He's currently accused. He has not been convicted.
Correct.
He's awaiting his murder trial. My guess is that he will, especially if he's sheriff.
I mean, what if he becomes the sheriff before then?
Yeah.
You can't drop charges against because that's the DA's office, but
You can work closely with the DA to ensure
Right.
that the charges against you are dropped. If you want a good working relationship as the sheriff with the DA, I feel like the DA will hear you out.
Spencer's awaiting trial for 2nd-degree murder, which was supposed to commence in January but has been postponed without a new date set. He stands accused in the 2024 shooting of Michael Fossler, who was accused of sexually abusing Spencer's then 13-year-old daughter.
Wow.
I mean, yeah, best of luck getting a jury in Arkansas
No.
to convict that guy.
No, that guy
Like,
will not.
why would you even... charge him.
I guess in theory, because you can't have vigilantes running around.
But that
like, just in case you're wrong as a
Right.
vigilante.
But if you can get a conviction, it's supposed to be part of the calculus. Like,
Yeah.
even if someone committed, now obviously, if it's murder, different. But for a lot of crimes, they're like, yeah, we think this guy did this, but nobody's going to convict him, so we just didn't even.
Yeah, maybe you maybe if you're a prosecutor, you charge him, but you put like your worst guy on it, and you're like, you don't have to work super hard on this
Yeah.
case. Like if you want to make a couple clerical errors, that would be fine.
Fossler was facing 43 criminal counts in the teen's case, including internet stalking of a child, sexual assault, sexual indecency with a child, and possession of child pornography. Spencer admitted to killing the alleged abuser after a confrontation while Fossler was out on bail, but has pleaded not guilty in the murder case. So he got arrested for this,
Yeah.
got out on bail, which, given those charges, you absolutely should not,
Mm-hmm.
and then, like, kidnapped the girl?
That's what it sounds like.
Yeah, you can kill that guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know that I would kill him, honestly.
I'm not going to be upset that he's dead.
No, I'm just saying, like, I'm a father of daughters. I don't know that killing them is satisfactory. Like, I would probably, like, tie this motherfucker up in my garage and beat his ass every day. Feed him. And just whoop his ass maybe for a year or two straight every day. Like, that shit is, nah, bruh. That's why, like, death is, like, that death penalty. I don't really think it's satisfactory. They kind of get off. You know what I mean? Like, I need you to suffer, dog. And that is morbid. I understand. That is morbid. But that type shit, I don't know, man.
Also, isn't death row, like, the better part of prisons?
I don't know.
Like, guys are like, I enjoy being on death row more than the regular
And it's more
part of the
expensive.
prison.
You do get more one-on-one time. Like, it's not like you're out in gin pop if you're in death row.
Right.
And I think they have to like look more carefully after you because they can't have you die ahead of time, because then it's like the actual justice that was prescribed to you will never be served. So they kind of have an interest in keeping you alive until they have to kill you.
So we want this guy to win?
I don't know anything about his like, is he going to be a good sheriff? What are his
I don't know.
policies as sheriff? I think we can say he's anti-pedophile, which is good.
Sure. But yeah, I saw that story right before we started.
I don't know about his candidacy. I will say free him. What's his name?
Aaron Spencer.
Free Aaron Spencer.
Forgive me for profiling Lenoke County, Arkansas. I don't imagine there's going to be stiff Democratic competition.
Probably not. No.
What cities are in Lenoke County?
Probably not. If it's a county you haven't heard of in Arkansas, I would imagine.
So this looks like it's just east of Little Rock.
Okay.
I'm seeing Carlisle, Arkansas, England, Arkansas. Boy, you couldn't find two more different places than England, Arkansas. Sylvania, Butlerville. Yeah, I'm just going to take a guess that he's got it locked up at this point.
Yeah, congratulations, Aaron Spencer.
I think about every year when Memphis and Navy play in football, like, can you find two more opposite universities?
Ooh. Yeah. Yeah, I got one.
What's that?
They have played in a neutral site game recently. LSU BYU.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah. If we ever get Arizona State Liberty.
Liberty played Oregon.
They did, yeah. Yeah, Liberty plays against, like, what's that school up there? Is it Bard? Up in Oregon?
Not familiar. Is that?
I
Bard
think
College.
I think Bard might be Big T. We should almost.
Is that like the liberal arts to
It is.
end all liberal arts?
It is.
Bard is in upstate New York.
Oh, Bard is? What's the one I'm thinking about in Oregon then? I think it starts with a B. There's one in Oregon. No, there's one in Oregon I want to send Big T to.
Oregon.
Top liberal arts colleges in Oregon include Reed
Oh, Reed. That's the one. Yeah, Reed. It's like
in Portland.
My God, Big T, you would love it.
Portland is enough. Let's look into Reed College.
Acceptance rate
you went to
27
where-
or
It's
24.
Tough school to get into.
If you went to where I went to college, very liberal.
$67,000 a year.
Liberal.
Yeah, you would love this. It's like the most lib place ever, but it's also one of the most expensive colleges to go to.
I'm not seeing a lot on Twitter about this place.
About Reed,
They might have moved to Blue Sky.
yeah. You won't find them posting on X. Blue Sky might even be like too much for them.
What is the school culture like at Reed? Hi, potential Reedy here. I've heard a lot about how Reed has a very specific culture to it. I was hoping some Reedies could go more in depth about what the community is actually like.
What are they saying?
I found the students to be very passionate, but also pretty chill.
That doesn't make a lot of sense.
Awful, don't come here. Reed is maybe the most liberal arts college a liberal arts college has ever been. Lots of interest in niche and specific academic topics, a huge focus on academic rigor, both very earnestly progressive and performatively so. Lots of rich kids pretending to be poor, etc.
You'd love that.
Yeah, it sounds like a hell of a place.
Man on the street. Man on the street. Back to Persia, Iran, real quick. So, where we left off was that Kermit Roosevelt Jr., the grandson of Teddy Roosevelt, helped establish a coup that overthrew their leader because we wanted them to be more friendly to giving the United States oil and hooking them up, helping us with what we wanted. Roosevelt, he seized control of the press. He bribed everybody in the Persian press, and he fed a lot of propaganda against their old ruler. And then he convinced the people that were in the Islamic clergy over there that the old ruler was going to be a threat. And then he tried to arrest this guy in the middle of the night, but at the very last minute, the coup failed. And their old leader announced on the radio, like, hey, I just beat the United States. They tried to coup me out. I'm still here, bitch. But then Roosevelt heard that, and he was like, we're going to do a second coup since you're trying to spike the football on me. So then they signed over 40% of all of Iran's oil fields to the United States companies. So the second coup worked out. They put their old leader in prison and then put him in house arrest for the rest of his life. So now they got a new ruler after the second coup led by Kermit was successsul. So 1963, they've got a new leader, the Shah.
I wrote real quick a fun fact about that era.
Yep.
They originally it was like 1908. It was called when the British struck oil over there or found oil over there. They called it the Anglo-Persian Oil Company.
Mm-hmm.
And then it slowly, changed its names over time because they were trying to distance themselves from the name Persia. They changed it to the Anglo-Iranian Oil Company.
Mm-hmm.
And then after the coup, they changed it to British Petroleum. And then after that coup, they changed it to BP. So the BP that you know now comes from that.
That's why I won't buy gas there.
That's because
I don't buy from the British.
Who do you buy it from?
Well, Buc-ee's if I had my way, but
Where does Buc-ee's get their gas from?
I have no idea. Usually I go to Costco.
Ooh, I'm gonna ask. Hold on.
Yeah, where's Buc-ee's? Be careful here.
Better not be from BP. I mean, it all comes from the same place if you go back far enough.
Some are Venezuela, although the Venezuelan crude's a little bit different. I'm not an oil guy, but they can tell me.
Buc-ee's sells its own branded fuel supplies exclusively by R.B. Stewart Petroleum out of Angleton, Texas.
And that's
R.B.
why
Stewart is a local Southeast Texas petroleum distributor that has been Buc-ee's fuel partner since the beginning. The two companies essentially grew up together.
Rock on. What about Costco? Because that's where I go here.
Wonder where that Texas company gets their oil from, though.
It just says major local refineries and regional distributors for Costco.
Same. It says Costco itself doesn't purchase from any single supplier. They receive fuel from the major refineries and distributors that supply the gas stations in any given area. So the source changes by region and whoever has the best price that day.
It's good for me, I guess.
All right. So we do this coup. We take over. We find people that will sell us access to their oil, people that are friendly to the United States. and I guess job well done to Kermit for pulling that one off, even though it took you 2 attempts at a coup. And there's the White Revolution that started at that point. So the Shah, the new guy that's selling all the oil to the United States, he's trying to do social reform. So he's trying to make Iran Western. So he's nationalizing some of the forests there. He's selling the state-owned enterprises to the private sector, which he's then opening up to Western interests. He's starting to battle illiteracy. He founds a literacy corps. And he also is very progressive when it comes to how they treat women. So he granted women the right to vote in Iran. He increased the woman's minimum legal marriage age to 18. I don't know what it was before. My guess is probably pretty young. And he gave them legal rights in divorce. He gave women legal rights in child custody. And that drew the ire of some of the hardline, more fundamentalist people, like Ayatollah Khomeini. And so this Shah, this pro-Western Shah that we installed, he makes an enemy in some of the old school clerics there, like Khomeini, and there's also a lot of students. There's a lot of religious students that are studying in a seminary, and they start to protest some of the more pro-Western things that the Shah is doing. Then the government shoots a lot of them. It makes the protests even catch on further and further, and the fact that this guy that we had installed as their leader is now being challenged by the old school clerics, a lot of Iran starts to turn on their former leader because they view him as like a puppet of the United States government, which he was, but he was also like way more progressive and had like a lot of good things that he was doing, just at the price of kind of selling the country out to being dominated by the United States. So while we have like our revolutions in the United States in the 1960s, which are more about like, I don't know, peace and love and just like fighting the man, that end up being more on the liberal side of things. This was a revolution that was kind of it had the same revolutionary spirit to it, but it was more like, we don't trust this guy that's been put in place by foreign powers, so we're going to overcorrect and go back to the hardline ways that things used to be. So in the 1970s, there was a religious revival. Khomeini led it, the Ayatollah. And in 1971, the pro-Western Shah that ruled the country had a celebration of the 2500th anniversary of the Persian monarchy. So he saw himself as being like a Persian king. And in 1976, he replaced the Islamic calendar with a Persian calendar, and that made all the religious clerics very, very pissed off. And that, in turn, pissed the Shah off at the religious clerics. And then he had his secret police that would arrest people, kill people, and it didn't matter who you were. If you just opposed him, he was going to fuck you up and he was going to put you in jail. And a lot of people fled Iran in that time. A lot fled to the United States. And in 1978, there were anti-Shah demonstrations all over the place. And the Shah had to get out of town. And the religious groups kind of took power at that point. On September 8th, the Shah security force fired on a large group of demonstrators. They killed hundreds. They wounded thousands. And then he had to get out of town in January 1979. And Ayatollah Khomeini came back. People were pumped that he was back because he's like, we're getting rid of this Persian monarchy nonsense. We're going back to the Islamic Republic, and we're going to be governed by the Islamic calendar. And we're going to roll back a lot of the more progressive things that we've done in the past with this guy that was just a puppet of the United States. So in addition to that, we're going to also storm the U.S. Embassy. And a bunch of students and militants took all the people at the U.S. Embassy hostage, and then they held them for 444 days in Iran. And then Ronald Reagan became president and got him back on day one, which was interesting timing because a lot of people were like, hey, that's interesting that they just gave him up on the first day, right? I just thought that was interesting.
Art of the deal.
Art of the deal. Yeah. So that pretty much brings us to modern day Iran. Like there's also the Iraq-Iran war that happened in the 1980s after that. But that was kind of the new government of Iran that we just discussed how they got into place. But it's that same group. So they fought the war with Iraq from 1980 to 1988. And yeah, that's where we're at. That's where we're at right now. Anything else?
Beautiful. No. It's interesting, like you said, interesting time to be alive, man.
Yeah, a lot of shit's going on. I can't say that I love Iranian food. I don't know if that's a controversial. Have you guys had Iranian food?
What is?
I don't know that I
Iranian?
have.
A lot of dates.
That's
It's
love
just a lot. They
dates.
love dates. I don't know what it is about dates, but they cannot get enough fucking dates, and I'm not a big fan.
It says Iranian food is characterized by rice, slow cooked stews,
Okay.
fresh,
The stews are good.
kebabs.
Kebabs are good.
Yeah, I fuck with those.
Popular Iranian dishes, gourmet sabzi. I'm so sorry
Mhm.
if you're Iranian. Kebabs, tanshin, which is a savory baked rice cake with yogurt, saffron, and chicken. There's
Okay.
saffron again.
Maybe I just need to eat more Iranian food.
It kind of is. Yeah, it's a lot of stews. It's a lot of stews with like fruit incorporated. Like this. Okay, so Fesenjoon is a rich, tangy stew made from pomegranate paste and ground walnuts.
I'm not into that.
See, that's interesting. How do you get there?
I don't know. That's the flavor profile that I don't care for in Iranian food. Is like the savory
With the
mixed with the
sweet-
nuts.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I wonder if there must be a lot of pomegranates there because some of these foods have like pomegranate seed and
A lot of pistachios, I think, too.
love pistachios.
Pistachios, dates. The stews. You have me with the stews. I enjoy the stews. I enjoy the kebabs.
Iranians.
I love the yogurt sauces, too.
Yes, love balancing dishes with sour agents like pomegranate, molasses, barberries, and lemon juice. I don't know what a barberry is.
I don't know what a barberry is either.
Let's see what that is.
I don't love the molasses incorporated into the savory stuff, though. That's where you and I have to part ways. Persia.
Right. A barberry is a thorny, deciduous, or evergreen shrub known for their colorful foliage, often used in landscaping. They kind of look like little beans, like little pinto beans.
Okay.
I don't really know. It's not giving me a lot of a flavor profile. Or goji berries. It kind of looks like that.
Okay.
Yeah, used particularly in Persian cuisine.
I gotta say, I gotta eat more Iranian food.
They have one of their most common desserts is cholet zard, which is a creamy saffron rice pudding. So saffron tapioca kind of?
I'm out on Iranian desserts.
They're mixing a lot of the savory and sweet, I'm seeing.
Yeah. What you have to do for me if you're a culture that's looking to impress my palate, and I'm sure there are many out there that are in line, start me off with the appetizers. Like give me something to snack on, just like wake up the senses a little bit, and be like,
your best bread.
yeah, it's something nice and easy for me to try the first time, and then I'll be like, oh, okay, I understand these flavors, and then knock me out with your national dish, like the best dish you got, and only then will we talk about desserts. I don't think that there's a regional or a like national cuisine that I only like their desserts.
You don't think?
I think I have to be wowed by everything else. You have to earn my dessert respect.
privilege?
Yes.
I'm seeing a lot of kebabs and skewers.
What's the top of your top?
My number one desserts?
Mhm.
Whew. Okay. All right. Let's
That are explicitly not American.
not American desserts?
Yeah.
This is tough.
Because I feel like most
Yeah.
places it's kind of all
But-
variations.
Okay.
Man's just sat up, by the way, for
Yeah.
the podcast listeners. He just sat up on this.
Number one, tiramisu.
Oh,
Number two,
Kendrick drops that song.
tres leches.
Okay. Yeah.
They're kind of similar flavor profiles.
Okay.
Number 3, Black Forest cake.
What culture
What
is that?
Don't know.
Swiss German
Oh, that's a good Jenny's ice cream flavor.
from the Black Forest. That's where my people are from. The 1/16 of my family that gave me my name.
I went to Jenny's ice cream recently.
You hated it, I'm sure.
No, I've been there several times, but the price was I'm pretty, shit costs what it costs. It's too expensive. Everything is now, whatever. For 2 ice cream cones, I believe it was $23. And I
Almost didn't pay.
I was shocked. Yeah, but
Cold Stone.
anyway,
Mm.
I'd kill to have Is there a Cold Stone around here? I haven't been to one
I've
of those
Uber
in
Eats
years.
to Cold Stone to here at this office.
Really?
Yeah, there's one 1.7 mile. Oh, there's 3 within 3 miles of us, Kev.
I'm gonna go there this weekend.
I would also say I don't know if I can put gelato in there because gelato is ice cream.
I would, but it's
But it's Italian.
it's yeah.
Okay, so gelato. If that's the case, gelato's 1.
There's a good gelato place down the street from here.
Gelato 1, tiramisu 2, tres leches 3, Black Forest cake 4, and then I'm gonna go crepes. Crepes 5. Crepes.
Are you more of a fruit gelato or like chocolate?
I do a
kind of guy?
if I do 3 scoops, I do the stracciatella, which is like the vanilla with the chocolate like ribbons in it.
Mm-hmm.
Then I'll do some sort of chocolate forward gelato, whether
Here's
that's like
something
a
I
double
didn't know.
chocolate, death by chocolate, and only then I'll add maybe maybe like an orange
Mm.
as my third option or some sort of honestly pistachio. I like going pistachio gelato too.
So peep this. The Tang Dynasty, 618 to 1907 AD, is credited for the more modern like frozen milk treat. So like ice cream. So ancient China, roughly around 200 BC, when a mixture of milk and rice was packed into snow to freeze it. It's
Okay.
like the first recorded. I mean, this is
Ice
A quick
cream is
Google
older
search,
than
but-
Jesus?
ice cream is older than Jesus.
Wow. I don't know when I would have guessed ice cream came about. It would have been after that though.
Is ice cream in the Bible?
I doubt
I
that.
don't recall ever.
Can you imagine how much better church would be if Jesus turned water into ice cream? Like every sacrament. It's like you come up and they give you the little plastic sample spoon.
Well, there is milk and honey in the Bible.
Yeah.
Obviously not ice
That's
cream,
not the
but
same. That's not the same, Big T. You know that's not the same.
honey's having a moment right now.
Is
A lot of people doing honeys.
A lot of
Hot
little
honeys,
bees.
honey and ice creams.
Yeah,
People are loving honey right now.
It is.
I've never had honey ice cream. That actually
I had a
sounds pretty
really good honeycomb ice cream last week that you can get at a grocery store.
You ever chew on the honeycomb?
Mm-mm.
Chewing on honeycomb. That's American.
That's
right
a
there.
Morgan Wallen song.
Yeah. No, you should try it. Like if you get some of the ice creams have pieces of honeycomb in them, and so then you can chew on the honeycomb. You don't actually. It's like made of, I think, wax. So it doesn't. You don't eat it. You don't swallow it, but it's very satisfying to like chew on, get all the honey flavor out.
This brand called Ice Cream for Bears has a honey flavor, and it has like huge swirls of honey in it. No free ads, but very, very good. But
Is there-
also $10 a pint.
Is there any
Pint?
Hate to say that. Hate to say it out loud.
That's
That's what Jenny's is at the store too.
Is there any honeycomb in this honey for bears?
I don't believe there is honeycomb in it. I believe it was just swirls of honey.
Okay. They need.
And it's sweetened with honey instead of sugar or whatever else. Good ice cream though.
But again, all this, none of it touches just a perfect chocolate chip cookie. I mean, everything we're talking about, you get the chocolate chip cookie right, and there's nothing that touches it.
If it's the perfect chocolate chip cookie, I would agree with that. But I would make the argument that like an average ice cream is better than an average chocolate chip cookie.
Warmed or room temperature?
Yeah, you can put it in the microwave. You're not getting it right out of the oven.
Okay. I would need to see what you mean when you say an average chocolate
Like
chip cookie.
like a little bit dry, like a little bit crunchy.
Okay,
but
like
not
a
super
store bought,
crunchy.
like a Chips Ahoy. Like where would you say that ranks
Oh,
1 to 10 on the
a
scale?
Chips Ahoy standard.
Yeah.
Chips Ahoy standard, probably like that's 5 or a 6.
Oh, then okay, then absolutely not.
What?
Chips Ahoy is a 1.7.
You think Chips Ahoy is bad?
Yes, really bad.
Well, to be honest, I can't remember.
So if that's
I can't remember the last time I had a Chips Ahoy standard. I've had like the Chips Ahoy extra chewy.
Okay, but if that's what you mean when you say an average cookie, then I agree with you.
Okay. Yeah. And then ice cream should. Anyways, gelato number 1.
I was gonna say though, when I asked you about the fruit gelatos, when I do gelato, I find myself I'll only do like strawberry or a fruit.
You don't do that.
When I do ice cream, I'll do chocolate and that kind of thing.
You should try to do more of the chocolate gelato.
Yeah, for just
really
whatever
good.
reason, I love a strawberry gelato. You said orange, I'll do orange.
Try working your way with a pistachio.
I don't know if I'm a pistachio guy.
Pistachio gelatos are really good. Really good.
All right, maybe I'll look into it. There's a place right across from my apartment.
All right. Well, that does it for us on Macrodosing.
Real quick, Eric. I don't know if you've seen our guy, our horse, Jake Knapp is picking up a lot of steam in the golf world.
Okay, go on. I mean, I have been watching him play. What do you mean he's...
I think the last 4 tournaments he's top 11 or something like that.
Okay. Has he has not qualified for the Masters yet, though.
I don't think he's qualified yet, but he's trending that way. I think if he gets, I don't know the exact qualifications. I want to misspeak, but he's gaining a lot of steam. A lot of people are starting to notice Jake Knapp, and just want to be on the record. I mean, you was on him last year, so much so that we bet him to win the Masters, and he did not qualify to be in the Masters.
Mm-hmm. Yep. We're Napsters. That's what we are.
We were some Napsters really early on. I'm rooting for my guy.
Okay, well, go Jake Knapp. I'll be watching. He's playing this weekend. He's got to be, right?
Yep, this is the Arnold Palmer invitation.
Bay Hill.
Yeah.
All right, let's go Knapp. All right, we will see you guys next week. Love you guys.
Goodbye.